Hey guys. Hey Rob, how are you? Good to see you. Good to see you. Sorry about that. I had to reconnect to Wi-Fi. Yeah, you have one day off, and everything changes a little bit. Um, Good to see you, Queen. Good to see you. But hey Shirley. Hey Shirley, how are you? Good to see you. Zakia, how are you? How are you, Zakia? Good to see everyone. A little bit off my balance. Hey Shirley, a little bit off my balance because yesterday I had a day off. What's up, Jay Smith, Mel? And every night on his channel, I go live on YouTube. Done so for about a year or so. Once in a while, I don't. Like last night. Last night I was sick. I got real sick, and so I just couldn't do it. Um, so it like knocks you off rhythm. You know, you get into a rhythm of life, then something happens, and then you gotta get used to your flow again. But what happened? How did I get sick? Um, I don't know. I mean, what comes to mind is this. You know, I went to Walmart. I was urban camping there, and I had some. Never buy food at Walmart. Start there. I bought some like soy, vegetarian meat at Walmart. That and having too much to eat, I think, late at night, and then not getting enough sleep. I think those are the two major factors. A little bit of bad food, eating late at night, not having enough sleep. And then it has been a little bit of a cool front in Florida's back warm today, but I think that hot and cold might mess me up a little bit. But you know, sleep is vital to your well-being. When you don't sleep enough, your immune system weakens and you become susceptible. You become more open to more illness. And I know I had a virus because you know, I had diarrhea and I was throwing up. And I don't throw up often, so you know, throwing up and having that severe stomach pain and being really sick. I mean, it's kind of flushed out of my system now, which I'm thankful for. It's been about 24 to 36 hours. And, you know, it just brings you through a range of emotions when you get sick. You know, everyone gets sick, everyone goes through that in life, so there's nothing different. And overall, I've lived a pretty healthy life. I have to be very thankful for that. But what went through my whole mind? I want to take you through the experience, and I want to share with you, you know, just the getting sick physically, throwing up, getting sick, and also just getting sick of life because it kind of felt like both a little bit. You know, one is, you know, when you're physically sick, um, it's just like agony, and you know you want it to stop, but I know that no one can stop it. You know, in many cases of life, even if you went to the hospital, like even if I went to the hospital last night, no one can really stop it. It's really like it has to flush out of your system. I mean, there's certain things that, you know, if you're sick in a certain way, hospitals or doctors can help you. But many times, um, you know, many times when you go to the doctor, what they'll tell you is, you know, take this pill or whatever and get sleep and drink plenty of liquids. They'll pretty much tell you self-care. In most instances, doctors will pretty much tell you to do the same thing that you already know. Get some sleep, you know, eat healthy, and you know, let it pass. You know, and it's a, you know, so last night here I am, I was throwing up. I had a bag in my car. And also, too, the past couple of nights I've been like camping in rural areas, going to different like campgrounds here, and I wasn't in one routine, so I was getting a lack of sleep. So last night when I got sick, I said I'm not going to play around going to all these different campgrounds. I'm going to get back to a couple campgrounds I know, get some good rest, and not play around. So as I was, you know, once I got into the campground, I still didn't feel good. I started to throw up. I had a bag. I was throwing up in a bag, and then I was just laying in my car. And you know, and I felt a little bit alone, but I didn't feel alone and like sad as me because I've been sick and I've been around a lot of people. So I was just running through my mind though of, you know, just being in my car, being alone, knowing that really no one can help me, and just feeling that sorrow of life that everyone goes through, and some people go through way more than me. And again, this was only 24, 36 hours, so this is nothing. But this is an observation of life, is what I'm sharing with you. So, then they start to run through your mind all the different things of just like, when you get sick, people are concerned. And I'm thankful for My Opinion. That's his tag name on YouTube. He reached out to me, Marin. I appreciate you. I heard she say too, give Sam space, but we love him, and very kind. And also Lagnar. So I did appreciate, and I do appreciate the people that reached out to me, and, the people I've connected with on YouTube. They've added a goodness to my life. And I actually look forward to it. I was actually disappointed. I knew I wasn't going to be able to go live last night. And when you get sick, no one can help you. It's nice to have, people reach out to you, but no one can help you. And the world keeps going, right? So I still have to go to work. I still have to do different things. And then it just gets to the point of life where it's just like, it's never going to stop in this world. It's always going to be something. And, you get sick of the world. And that's how I felt last night. You get sick physically, and you get sick of the world. And, and then I'm rolling around, in the back of my car, and I'm just like, what? This is just like, it's a never stopping life. And then thinking, well, maybe if I had an RV, would I be more comfortable? Would that help if I'm sick? And then I said to myself, no, it wouldn't. Because I've been sick and I've had a house. And then I look around the house, and even though I'm sick, the world keeps going. I still have to take care of my house. I still have to pay a mortgage. I still have to clean it. It never stops. So if I get an RV and I have more room, then I got, whatever you got, 20 or 15-year mortgage payment, loan payment. And then you got to, do the hookups, and you still have to find a campground. So that's not the answer. And then there's like, loneliness, because when you feel, in one sense, I felt alone, but I know it's just like an emotion. I remember dating a girl, and she was going through some things. She said, Sam, I feel alone, even though I know that's not true. I'm not alone. She had like 2 kids. She had a lot of guys that liked her. She goes, I'm not alone. She goes, but I feel alone. And that's true. That's how I felt too, a little bit. But I wouldn't want to, but then I said to myself, to relieve that loneliness, would I want to be around people? I wouldn't, because then when I get around people, I'd be even more agitated. And then you try to look for things to cure your sickness, and nothing really do it, and then you just get really sick of life. You realize that there's really nothing that's going to cure you of, one, the physical sickness. I mean, you could take your NyQuil or whatever you're doing, and hopefully that makes it pass, and that's true. And, for life, being sick of life, there's really, moving to Florida has helped my quality of life. But, especially as you get older, as I've gotten older, there's just a sickness of life that is just, it wears on you. I look now. I was working at McDonald's this morning. I was using the Wi-Fi. I was hooked up to there, and I was watching some older people, a lot of retirees in there in the morning, and they were like, oh, they were talking to each other, getting ready for a new year, 2019, and go, yeah, at this point in my life, every year makes no difference, I think that's true too. As you get older, there's less to look forward to. But then I said to myself too, I'm blessed considered most people. Compared to a lot of people, I'm blessed. And so I'm thankful. Even today, when I was barely able to drive, but I drove. I was barely able to do what I needed to do, but I did it. Even like I was pushing myself to the CVS register to buy some Dayquil. The lady, like, just as proper etiquette, the lady says, oh, how are you doing? Say, sir. And I said, I'm thankful. I felt like throwing up a lung, and I did, but I still said I'm thankful. I try to keep a positive attitude. That's why too I feel comfortable to share these things with you, because I'm not the type of person to say that I'm sick of life and that I'm negative. I'm not negative. I'm very positive. I stay very thankful. I still do what I need to do. I don't crawl around and just sit and lay in misery. But it's just an observation of life. Um, and I don't really know, I don't really think many things can cure it. I just think that life is what it is. But I'm blessed. I'm thankful. Again, this isn't a sad story. This is just an observation based on, what I went through in the past 24, 36 hours. You know, um, Not sure. I don't have an answer. I always try to think about, kind of like how I'm going to open up the show, what the structure topic's going to be, and I try to wrap up a message. But I don't want to force a message. I don't want to lie to you. And I mean, I can make up so many different things to put positive twists on things. But I think the best thing you can do is to just be sincere. And even if you don't have an ending to something, you just share what it is. And so that's kind of what I'm doing. Being physically sick, living in your car, being alone, it could play a little bit of a trick on your mind. But again, then I say to myself, I've been sick, I've lived in a house, and it's no different. It's no different. Um, so it's not like I can tell you that, if I had a house, I would be happier. Or if I had an RV, I'd be happier. It's not true. Um, and then it's just like in your mind, I think, but I got, working till I got to work another 30 years. I got to do all these different things. And then just life, you just can't look too far ahead, I think. But, but I'm thankful. But I'm thankful. But you see, you see how easy in life it is, to get sick physically. That's number one. Eating the wrong thing, not getting the right amount of sleep. Certainly the weather change. You can get sick very quickly. And you can definitely, I think you get sick over time with life. You look around when people are younger, they tend to be more happier and optimistic. There's more energy. There's more optimism for the future. I could do so many different things with my life. I'm blessed where overall, I'm very healthy. Overall, uh, I think I have a level of intelligence. I'm not saying I'm the smartest person or anything like that, but I know I could do a lot of different things in my life. But it's all a little bit of a drag. Um, I don't know, but at least I'm thankful for this platform because I like to share in a virtual environment. Because for me, it would be more of an agony to share with someone that I had to go home. Like right now, if I had a house and I had to go home to a wife, I would have more agony because I know the burdens of life and I know that no one else can make you happy. And I know that when you're with someone else, you actually have to focus more on keeping them happy. It's more of a burden. And even having a dog, when a dog solved it, I still cry about my dog sometimes. She was a blessing. But if I had a dog, then you're sick. Then you still have to walk your dog. You still have to take care of your dog. Even that doesn't cure it. I mean, that can make it worse. I've been there too. I've been sick with a dog. I went to the hospital. I had a dog. The first thing I thought about was who's going to take care of my dog. So you kind of I run through all these different things, and it's an interesting observation. It's just an observation, and it's what I wanted to share with you. I share on this channel kind of the range of things I go through in life. I'm still very, as far as like encouraged, focused, but it's a battle to keep yourself going. It really is. It really is. So, but I'm thankful. Let's go into some live comments. Rob, yeah, it wasn't playing. It wasn't playing in the beginning. Thank you, Rob. Thank you for joining. Because I wasn't hooked up to the Wi-Fi. So, like, I didn't do this in a day. I had to get used to it. Thank you, though. It's Ikea, Jay Smith, Mel. What's good, Sam? I just broke it down. Good to see you, Mel. Santiago. Hey, bud. What's going on, Santiago? Thank you for saying hello. Apathy. Hey, Sam, the man. Good to see you. How are you doing? Yeah, I just kind of broke it down. Thank you, Apathy. I appreciate that. It's good to see you. Overall, I'm thankful to feel better. But it is what it is. I'm thankful. I hope you're doing good. How are you? Queen, good to see you too. Thank you, Queen. Sandy, hello, my friend. Thank you, Sandy, for saying hello. Hello to you. Apathy, no. Sorry to hear you were sick. Yeah, it's horrible, man. Throwing up and like, and then when you have to throw up, like you have to wait for yourself to be ready to throw up, right? You know, so you feel your stomach bubbling. You can't lay on a certain side because you feel, you know, it's just like you got to wait for it to come up. It's horrible. But, you know, I have to be thankful compared to a lot of people that are sick for a long period of time. Rob, oh man, that sucks. Flu is prime in New York. Yeah. Mel, speedy recovery to you, bro. Thank you, Mel. Jay Smith, thumbs up the video to show your attendance. Well, I appreciate that. I appreciate everyone who clicks the thumbs up. Thank you, Jay Smith. Apathy? No, not Walmart. Their food is usually old. I think that was part of it. I think I had that vegetarian meat from Walmart. I would never. I remember having bananas from Walmart, and it was horrible. I will never eat food again from Walmart. I mean, I know it could be a little bit cheaper, but I wasn't even buying it because it was cheap. I was boondocking at a Walmart, and so I went in there to buy something. I ate too late at night. I ate Walmart food, and I wasn't getting the proper sleep. And I think that was just a recipe for disaster. Who says I love Thai food? Yeah, that could be greasy though. I love Thai women. Rob, stomach bug is going around too. Yeah, life bug going around too. Thank you, Rob. Submarine Vet 81. What's poppin', young player? Always much love. Well, I appreciate that. Love and respect to Boston. I see you, Submarine Vet. Thank you. Flying Ryan. Feeling good is good enough. Yeah, feeling good is good. I mean, feeling good. Look, if you're feeling bad, life's gonna suck. My opinion. I don't know how it's not. If you're feeling good, it can, but it's the mental battle. It's the mental battle of endurance. You know, how many times it said those who, you know, it's not the race is not given to the fast or swift, but those who can endure. You just get tired of enduring. You know, you get tired of every day. Most of the day is more work than it is joy. Even you know, even when you're off, you know, it's like you know, you gotta wake up, you gotta get gas, you gotta go to the. You just gotta you know do laundry. You just gotta do so many things in life. I don't know. For me, it just I don't know. It's hard to articulate, but you get sick of life. It's true. Queen, I had a virus before. Thank you for sharing, Queen. Zakia, good to hear that. Thank you, Zakia. Apathy. I mentioned that to someone the other day that I noticed that all Walmart food seems to be expired. Yeah, don't eat at Walmart, guys. I don't care. It ain't worth it. Or near expiration date. I think it's purposely done. I do too. I mean, I think that's another corporation making billions, paying their employees $10 an hour, no health benefits, and they're selling expired food. And they wonder why I get upset at corporate welfare and that why I want universal basic income. Total disgrace. Queen, I felt horrible. Thank you. Apathy. Because usually the poor shop there. That's true. That's true. I mean, I get a lot of clothes there. I like get a lot of stuff there. Um, you know, but it's just I don't know. It's a disaster. But I'm thankful to be going live again. I mean, I was proud. What was the biggest thing I missed yesterday was going live. I mean, I look forward to that because I think for me again, the virtual relationship is at least I know it's not too much of a burden on you guys to share because you guys can leave at any time if you didn't like to chat or if you didn't like, you know, and same thing with me. And but if I was living with someone, like you can't just leave the chat room. You know, if you get sick of a relationship, you can't just leave the relationship. You're too entangled. It's too much to get out of it, and sometimes you have to. So at least for me, how do I see my life ending? Virtual relationships, living simple. Love to run into enough to make me financially independent where I didn't have to go to work, and that's it. That's how my life's ending. I mean, you know, and I'm fine with that. You know, that's what I want. I don't want anything else. I mean, I looked at it. I really thought about that. What else would I want out of life? Do I want to meet someone and share my life with them? I don't. I could lie to you guys. But I don't want that. Do I want another pet again? I love dogs with all my heart. I love seeing them. I fed my pet squirrel today. That made me happy. But I don't want to take care of a dog anymore. It's just too much work. I don't want that. And it takes too much out of you when they die. I don't want that. So, you know, you just try to make the most of each day. I'm going to be thankful for tomorrow. Look, it's a long holiday weekend again. It's New Year's Eve weekend as I make this. And it's going to be nice in Florida. I'm very thankful for that. I'm going to walk in the sun. I'm going to enjoy my life as best as possible. And I'm going to be very thankful. I'm very blessed. So I want to acknowledge I'm blessed. But I want to share with you, you know, some truths that I feel. Apathy. Yeah, I read the good job. John, hey John, thank you for your comments, brother. I didn't read comments till like late this afternoon. I started reading some comments I was backed up on. John left one. You were just sharing your life, brother, and I appreciate that. So thank you, John. Thank you again to my opinion to Marin. Marin said, "Give people space." I think that's wisdom. Even when people are sick, let them know you care, but give people space. Marin's got a lot of intelligence. Got a good heart too. Very much appreciate that. And that's a blessing. That's a blessing. John says, "Good evening, Sam. Thumbs up, brother. Thank you, man. I hope, John. I hope you get some good breaks for you in life, and things start to turn around for you, brother. Apathy. I hope next time you get a hotel room when you're sick, self-care. Thank you, Apathy. I thought about that last night. That wouldn't have made me happy either. Like I thought about, what do I want to do? Do I want to get a hotel room? I said no. I said, well, one is I want to check into somewhere where I know I can sleep. I don't have to worry about like I'm stealth camping. I don't want to travel far to like a remote area. So I went to a campground that I knew. There were some spots there open. It was a cool night, but I was sick. And if I would have been sick in a hotel room, I would have checked in. I would have had to go into a hotel room where somebody else slept. Could be bed bugs. It just wouldn't have made me happy. And that's what I'm saying. I had a house and I've been sick. So I've owned a house for 15 years. I've been sick in a house. And I mean, I know life at this point where I ran through all different scenarios that what would make me happier in life. Well, one is I know when you're sick, nothing's going to make you happy. You just got to let it pass. Doesn't matter if you're in a house, hospital. I've been sick in a hospital. And let me tell you something. Unless you really need to be in a hospital, ain't much they can do. They're going to give you maybe an IV. They're going to do something. That's it. They're going to run tests. And this could be more of a burden than a blessing unless you really need to be there. I mean, I'm not against it, obviously, but I'm sharing with you. Going to a doctor, same thing for me. Going to the hotel room, wouldn't do it for me. And then I said, like, again, if I had an RV, would I be more comfortable at this campground? Not really. Not really. You just got to let it pass. But good. Thank you for the comment. John, get well quickly. Thank you, John. Shirley, that happens to everyone. That's true. Everyone goes through this. Everyone goes through physical sickness in life, and everyone gets sick of life. Sometimes I say to myself, Sam, should I share like this type of thing? Because I know like a lot of people want to hear hopeful, optimistic stuff. And I try to, even like when I'm sharing on some heavy stuff, I try to make it hopeful as best I can without being disingenuous. But I know everyone gets sick. Even people like that put up like the Mr. Happy-Go-Lucky or Mrs. Happy-Go-Lucky. Everyone's sick of life. Everyone gets sick of life. People that have kids, people that don't have kids, people that have houses, people that don't have houses, people that have pets, people that don't have pets. I don't know one person in this world that doesn't get sick of life. Now, sometimes what frustrates me is when people act like they never get sick of life. Because what happens eventually is they reach out to me, or I see they reach out to someone and they say, look, I'm sick of life. You're going to have moments where you're inspired by life. But you're also going to have moments where you're sick of life. And that's the truth. Angelina. Oh, wow. Hope you feel better. Thank you, Angelina. I appreciate you leaving a comment. Thank you. John, you were missed. I felt that, and I appreciate that. But I was so tired after the last post on your video, I went to bed at 10:30 p.m., I think. Well, that's good. I appreciate that, John. Thank you. Antonio, hello. Missed your video last night. Yeah, I didn't make one last night. First time in about a year I didn't make a video. But I make one every night as long as I'm not sick or something's crazy. Luke, what's up, Sam? Send some positive vibes your way. Thank you, brother. On a Saturday night, just trying to stay motivated. I understand that. And positive. Going into the new year with my goals and ready to take action. Well, thank you, brother. And then Luke also says, I totally get you, man. I was driving around today and was dealing with humanity and people's jade in their hearts and minds, such a selfish existence most people live. Oh, it's true, brother. I mean, you get it. I think about you often, Luke. I know that, you got some struggles. Everyone's got struggles in their life. Everyone. I haven't met one person in life that doesn't. Now, some people have more struggles than others. That's true. That's true. But yeah, man, I think it's good. I mean, I think it's hard when you. I don't even really have many more goals. I mean, my only other goal would be to be, not have to work, be financially independent where I wouldn't have to work. But I think the tough part about life, see, you're younger. And when you're younger, you have a lot more goals. I think you get to a certain point in life, I don't really have that many more goals. You just get, what's the goal at a certain point? When I'm young, you had a goal of, maybe being rich. Of course, that's always a goal. You have a goal of, being with a good looking person that you really like. Maybe buying your own house, maybe, getting a promotion at work. You have different goals of advancing in society and doing different things. Then as you get older, you may say to yourself, I did some of those things, it just really didn't do it for me. Um, and then it could be a little bit of a hopeless thing when there's like no more goals that you really have. Mark Hug, thank you, Mark. I appreciate that, brother. Luke. And then seeing people that are down and out and struggling just to make ends meet is definitely heartbreaking. Well, that definitely is to me too. I mean, that's why until God takes me home, I mean, I will always speak up uh, for the less fortunate. I see it living on the streets. And what I can tell you is it's a disgrace, all the people that care more about the Dow Jones index than they do about humanity. Um, but I've been there, so it's hard for me to judge. I understand when you're caught in your bubble and you think like, if people want something, just let them work for it. I got to push everything in my strength to show up every day at work. And I'm a good worker. I'm a hardworking, positive person. And what I could tell you is, it's just a never ending thing. You work to pay bills. And you can never stop working because you always need money. Your whole life, you got to work your life away. And it gets exhausting. It does. It gets exhausting. And at any moment, if I, like, no matter how good of a worker I've been, no matter how much I've done, if I get sick and I can't do my job, you think somebody cares? I mean, I'll get stepped right over. That's how life is. And it's just like, it can become discouraging. It could. Queen, life is what you make it. Thank you, Queen. I know you've been through some real stuff too. Um, yeah, I mean, to some extent, life is what you make it. To some extent, you have no control over certain things. It's a little bit of both. But it's a good comment, and I appreciate you. Pablo, I've been in a cloudy part of my mind myself lately. Thank you for sharing. As much as I am grateful for what I have, it's hard to stay uppity happy. I understand that. All day, every day. Pablo, I'm on the same page with you, brother. I understand. And I appreciate you sharing that. And I'll never, I want to, as I get older in life and I have less attachments and I have less reason to really put up a show, I mean, why am I going to lie? I mean, so I understand exactly what you're saying. I'm not recommending doing anything negative, but I understand what you're saying. You're thankful, but there's still a dark cloud there. I understand that. Lagnar, hey, Sam, what's up, brother? Love and respect to the Netherlands. Just want you and others to be okay. I appreciate that. I felt that love from you, brother. And, there's some good people out there, guys. I mean, there's a lot of good people. Lagnar, again, my opinion, just about everyone here. Marin, um, there's good people out there, and that's appreciated. And I thank you, Lagnar. I'd rather suffer myself than see others suffering. I feel that with your heart, brother. I do. And but I don't want to put a burden on anyone else. Because I understand when you have a compassionate heart like that, this world will tear you up. So I don't want to see Lagnar suffer because of his caring heart. That's not right. But I love you, brother, and I appreciate you. Apathy. You are a realist, Sam. It's true. Some people can't take that. That's true. They are not ready to hear the truth. They would rather wrap themselves up in willful blindness. Apathy, I appreciate that. Thank you, Apathy. I mean, too, as I get older, I get a little bit less fired up as far as like telling people what to do or who they are. Because, look, I understand. I've been through different mindsets in my life, and I understand no one changes until they're ready. No one understands anything until they're ready. So it's like, some people, everyone has to choose a different way to try to get through life. Okay? Because people are sick of life, so they have to choose what is the best way I can get through life. So for some people, the best way they can get through life is to put blinders on and to just wrap themselves in naiveness, but there's nothing wrong with that. Some people, it's to always just say, look, life is so dark, I can never be happy. Now, I wouldn't recommend that either. I try to find a middle ground where I stay hopeful, I stay thankful, But I also say, look, I understand what life is. I try to find that balance. Uh, at the end of the day, my conclusion is, look, I don't agree with having children. Why? Because I think if you live long enough in this world, I don't know why you'd want to bring another child in this world. That's my opinion. I mean, I understand in the beginning, just like in the beginning of having a pet, it's nice. But long term, it's just agony. That's how I feel. Again, but that's my opinion. It doesn't mean that everyone should agree with me or live my life. It's just my opinion. Apathy. Glad to see you're doing okay. Better sincerely. With apathy, I appreciate you. I appreciate you. Thank you. Out of Illinois, hey, brother. Hey, Sammy. Hope you're getting well soon. Rest up and take it easy. I'll be asleep. And then he gave the sleep emoji. Go, well, sleeping helps build your immune system on New Year's Eve by 10 p.m. That's wisdom. So why? So I can wake up early, exercise, and keep moving forward. Health is a top priority. Well, that's true. One of the times I got the most sickest was on a New Year's Eve. I was at a Hotel 6 with a bunch of friends getting drunk. What did I drink? I drank Everclear. Everclear is like some of the strongest liquor you could ever drink. And I remember getting so sick, throwing up. It was horrible. And I won't do that anymore. I mean, I don't drink anymore. I don't party. I don't have any desire to. But also, it's like, I go to sleep. I have been going to sleep, same thing, 10, 11 o'clock at night. I wake up early. I exercise. I stay positive. Does that make life 100% happy? Not necessarily. What I've come to the conclusion is you're better to do that than to get drunk and just like try to drink your worries away and try to, that's not the answer. The best answer is self-care, but even when you do that, you're not going to be totally happy. You're not. You're going to be better. You're going to be as best as you can in this world. That's my opinion based off my life experience, my honest evaluation of life. Getting drunk and partying does not make your life happier. But certainly, going to bed at 10 o'clock, waking up early and living a kind of like boring life, but a good self-care life doesn't make your life happier. It's, it makes it a little bit better. But that's kind of how I feel. Surely, life is difficult. And we feel ups and downs. I agree with that. Just life. I agree with that. That's it. And I think that's a great answer. Look, it's just life. There's no like saying, oh, what can I do to make it better? I ran through every scenario last night in my mind. What could I do to make life better? Could I get an RV? Could I get a house? Could I get a girlfriend? Could I get a dog? And I've been through all the different scenarios that I ran through. I've had a house, I've had a girlfriend, I've had a dog. And what I could tell you is none of them are going to make you better. At least for me, they haven't. So I'm living the best life I can. And that's all you can do. And my best life for me is to live in Florida, live simple, try to do other things where I wouldn't have to work for another 30 years because I don't want to do that, but I will if I have to. I'm blessed to have my job. I'm blessed. I'm thankful. But it could all end tomorrow. I mean, that's how life is too. So, but I'm thankful. Just life. It's no different of being in a car or in a mansion. Totally agree with that. Good comment, Shirley. When we're sick is depressing. Thank God you're feeling better. Amen, Shirley. Great comment. And I appreciate you get it. I appreciate that. I appreciate people getting it. I don't have to like go over explaining myself. You get it. Thank you. Angelina, we get jaded as we get older. That's true, Angelina. I think on a daily basis and it gets exhausting. Angelina, you get it. You get what I'm saying. And I know you're a positive person. I know you're a loving person. So like, I don't have to like, try to like encourage you because you get it. And we both get it. And I appreciate you, John. You can get sick with a poor diet, meat, eggs, and milk. Yep. All the things I used to eat and still do, but on occasions. That's true. That's true. Totally agree. I've been there too. I've been a glutton. I've eaten, another thing too. Well, Sam, would I be happier to just go back and eat fried chicken again and just be overweight? And no, I wouldn't. So, it's just life, guys. You make the most of it. Now, I'll be probably happy tomorrow, like when it's sunny and I'm off work. I'm listening to music. So it's just, but you plug through life. Rob, Sounds like you are upset at yourself for getting sick. Not your fault. Well, thank you, Rob. I appreciate the positive vibes. Thank you. A little bit of it, it's my, I would say it's a little bit my fault as far as eating the wrong thing too late at night, even though Walmart probably sold that old stuff, and not getting the proper sleep. I mean, I take accountability. Uh, you know, I, yeah, certainly not all of it's my fault, but certainly there's some things I could do better. Um, but thank you, brother. I appreciate that. Pablo at Antolino. I feel you. Yeah, that was a good comment. Same here. Thank you, Pablo and Antolino. Good comments. Thank you, Rob. Lagnar, washing your hands so important. That's true too. I try not to shake hands anymore. I give like pounds. I try not to do things like that. I took a long shower at the campground. Um, but it was hard to get myself out of the car and to shower and to brush my teeth and to shave. But I felt like I had to. I felt like I was in like slime. Um, and that's what I mean. It's like, life is, you got to push yourself. I mean, God forbid you get to the point where other people have to bathe you. I've seen that. That would be even more depressing. Um, I don't know. You got to be thankful. You got to be thankful. Respect, Sam. Thank you, Lagnar. Appreciate you. Tom, what's up, brother? What's up, Sam? Good to see you, Tom. Just got back to Boone. You on your holiday break? Good to have you back, man. You and Blen. Ready for some wisdom before work in the morning. I love you, brother. Well, my wisdom today is just sharing my life. I know how to play the game. If I wanted to just give sermons and if I wanted to just, say things that were disingenuous, I could say them. I know how to say them. I know how to play the game. But I'm at the point in my life where I got nothing to lose as far as like, I'm just going to be myself. So, and I'm to be honest with you, I'm just too exhausted to try to like put up a show. I am. So I'm just sharing, but I think that even in me, I definitely know in me honestly sharing my life, I think there'll be wisdom to be obtained. I think anyone can have that. Anyone has that ability. Never get seduced into trying to be clever. Just be yourself. John, what's up, brother? John, always put a smile on my face, man. Thank you for your support, John. I know you get it too, John. I know you get it too, and I appreciate you. Hey, Sam, hope all is well with you. Have a great new year, my friend. Same to you, brother. I hope all is well with you and the family and the dogs. I see the dog profile picture. I love you, John, because I know John gets it. I know, John. I appreciate you, brother. Thank you. Pablo, sometimes I wonder why I feel down when nothing happened. Well, no, I understand that, and I appreciate you sharing that. I mean, I hear you. I definitely think there's different personality types. But I definitely think even if you had the most optimistic personality, I still, well, yeah, I don't know. I mean, I guess there's different personalities. I don't know. Have I seen people, and I think some people are more happier than others. Just like some people look better physically than others. Maybe some people have a better outlook on life than others. That's probably true. I mean, I don't want to lie and say everyone is, so that's probably true. Um, but I have met some people who are physically gorgeous, who have a bad outlook on life. So just being, but I would say on average, the majority of people I've met in my life, and I've met a lot of different people from a lot of different walks of life. And what I found is the vast majority understand what I'm saying as far as sickness of life and as far as being sick, whether it's physically or just sick of life. I think most people get that. I think some people get stuck in that mindset longer than others. Now, tomorrow I may make a live feed about whatever, joyous moments of life. It could be anything. So yeah, I don't know that. I think that's an interesting thing. Different people have a different way of looking at life. That's true. Stan, my favorite streamer. Thank you, Stan. I appreciate that. Thank you, brother. Thank you. Luke, I agree. It's a daily battle to keep yourself going. So true. So true. And I think that's part of it. As you get older, how much more do you want to fight? Now, how much more does the dog have left in it? I saw as my dog got older and older, her face got grayer and grayer. You have less fight in you. And you need to have a lot of fighting. You got to fight for everything you have. And sometimes it's discouraging. I see old people with a lot of fight in them, and they're assholes. And I say, you're going to be fighting assholes till the day you die in this world. It's so true. So it's like you can't even say, like, as you get older, everyone gets more empathetic or more compassionate. Nah, I see some old people that even all the way to the end, they're going to be a certain way, and there's no stopping them. So age doesn't make everyone softer. It's interesting. Pablo, thank God for this platform where we can all share our experience in the nutty world. Thank you, Pablo. That puts a smile on my face. Thank you, brother. No, I mean, I am. I mean, I look forward to going live. I missed it last night. I look forward to it again today. That's one thing in my life I said I do look that I love to do. I think the more things in life you can love to do, the better your life is. And that's what I'm really trying to do as I get now past my middle age here, is I'm trying to create a life where I do more of the things I love to do and less the things I hate. You still got to do things you hate to do, or you don't want to do. But me doing YouTube is something I love to do. So yeah, I'm thankful for that. Lagnar, Sam, you're welcome. Did not give a signal. You're online. Yep, I hit the bell. They play a dirty game. Well, thank you, Lagnar. I appreciate you checking in, because obviously if you're checking in, you're noticing. If you follow me on Instagram, my Instagram is the word inspire, the symbol _38. I've been trying to get in a habit of posting that I'm going live. So, like, you know, if the notification doesn't go up. So you can try that. That's just another way of, like, me trying to notify people. Again, my Instagram is the word inspire _38. Joe G, good evening, Sam. I'm bummed. I'm bummed out because I don't think my boss will give me a raise. I asked him twice about it last few weeks, but nothing. I understand that, Joe. Thank you for the comment, brother. There's definitely going to be times in your career where you are topped out in the current company. A lot of times to get a raise, to get a promotion, you're going to have to change companies. That's the truth. I could lie to you, but that's my life experience. Very rare that you can negotiate a much higher salary with your current company. Pretty much once you start, you will get incremental raises, and you may get a little bit more if you change job positions. But very hard to get a big difference. Because it's kind of like, once they have you, right? It's just like a cable company, right? Like say a cable company offers you, or internet company, $50 a month for internet. If you join up now, it'll be $30 a month. So after a year, that'll go up maybe double. The reason it goes up double after a year is because once people have you hooked into a routine, once people have you hooked into a comfort zone, it's harder to leave. It's hard to leave a relationship. It's hard to leave a house. It's hard to leave a job. It's hard to leave something that you're used to. So people know they have the leverage over you. That's why there's a saying, get your foot in the door. Once you get your foot in the door, it's harder to get you out. But it's the opposite effect sometimes, that once someone has their hooks in you, it's hard to get their hooks out of you. And right now, I mean, you can't just quit your job because you're always going to need money. So what you're going to have to do, if you're really unhappy at your job place and you really feel you're underpaid, you're going to have to keep your job, and you're going to have to apply to other jobs, and then you're going to have to secure another job, and then maybe you can give one last ultimatum and say, look, I have another job, they're going to pay me X, Y, Z. Either you match it or I'm gone. But I would say even be careful doing that, because if you ask 2 times and you still didn't get it, and you get a new job and you have to go back to them with an ultimatum, even if they give you the money, they'll resent you. What I found in life is when you give someone an ultimatum, meaning that you give someone either do this or I'm out, if you have to say that to someone, it's the relationship is over. Like if you say to someone, either you marry me or I'm leaving, the relationship is over. If you say to someone, either have a kid with me or I'm leaving, the relationship is over. You know, once you have to give someone an ultimatum, they don't want to do something. You're making them do something they don't want to do, and it sows the seed of resentment. I think your best case is to stick with your job, but to apply to other jobs and try to find something else. I know it's painful to do that, but in my life experience, that's what I've done, and that's what I think will help you. Thank you, Joe. Excuse me, I just want to. I see you, Tanya Z. There was a couple comments that got blocked here. I'm going to approve them because sometimes if you curse in a comment, it'll get filtered, and I'll have to approve it, and I can only do that from my laptop. So if you ever leave a comment and you don't see it show up, just try to write it again without a curse word, and then it'll definitely show up. But I'll try to approve them if I know I know Tanya, so I approved hers. John, waiting for it to come is the worst. I waited 2 years and full till finally subsidized and did not throw up. Oh, wow. Oh, wait, 2 hours. Oh, yeah, when you're talking about throwing up, when you get sick, yeah, that's the hardest thing. Like, I was sick last night, and I just had to wait till I could throw up. And it's horrible. And then when you can't throw up, you know that virus, that illness is still floating around your belly, and it's bubbling up. Horrible. Thank you. Tom, sorry, just came in late. How long have you been sick? A very short period of time, only like 24, 36 hours. But it was just like a stomach virus from eating the wrong thing at Walmart and not getting the proper sleep. That's what I think. Calvin, what's up, Sam? How you been? Hey, Calvin, good to see you, brother. Overall, I'm thankful. A lot of people have it worse than me. So I want to reiterate that I'm very thankful and I appreciate the blessings that I have. I don't take them for granted. I'm just sharing with you sometimes how I look at life too. You also, but I'm thankful. King Genius, hey, Polk County, good to see you, man. I love the emojis. Sunglass, palm tree, and hand wave. Sam, did you get a flu? Do I get a flu shot once a year? No, I don't. Palm trees and then a bunch of nice emojis. Thank you, brother. I don't get a flu shot. Do I believe in them? I'm not one of those people that are against them necessarily, but I'm not one of these people that are for them. I think the statistics show that there's so many different flu strands that the flu shot is basically ineffective because there's so many different types of strands that no one is the same. And there's plenty of people that get flu shots and still get the flu because, again, no one strand is the same. When you get a vaccine, what it is you're getting a certain type of virus at a small level injected into your body, and then your immune system builds up antibodies to fight that disease so you're not susceptible to it. The bottom line is get enough sleep. You're sleeping, your proper sleep, 6 to 8 hours per night, builds up your immune system. And the past 2 nights, I was only getting about 4 hours of sleep, and I ate something sour. Those two factors, I think, played a huge part in me getting sick. But yeah, a flu shot, that's how I feel about it. I don't get them. I'm not necessarily co-signing them, but I'm not like anti them. Lagnar at Tom yesterday. Queen, life bug going around too. Queen, you nailed it. Life bug, this is a 2-part video. One is getting physically sick and getting sick of life. In my opinion, I think you will get both. In my opinion, you're guaranteed. You're going to get physically sick in life and you're going to get sick of life. And if you have children, your children are going to go through the same thing. They're going to get sick in life and they're going to get sick of life. And so I look at a certain point too. Marin, I see you. I love you, Marin. I see your thing. I just want to acknowledge you, Marin. I appreciate you. But I don't want to tell people like to get hopeless. But I don't know. We're going to stay positive. I'm just talking this out. Talking it out is a little bit of therapy. When I wrote a book, it was like therapy. When I do these video things, they're like therapy. Does it make it all better? No. Does it make it a little bit better? Yeah, I enjoy doing these. But mainly because of positive people that I met. I mean, if it was all negative people, I probably wouldn't keep doing it. It's just not worth it, but I'm thankful. Good job, Queen. Tanya. Hey, Samuel L. Jackson. Yeah, a couple people used to call me that. Thank you, Tanya. Hey, Rash. What's up, brother? Canada in the house. Hello, Sam. I'm guessing you work 5 days a week. Yes, I currently do. Could you reduce that to 4 days if you wanted to, more free time? Thank you, A-Rash. I used to. Before I transferred to this remote position, I used to work 4 days a week, 10-hour days. My other position allowed that. This position would not allow that. I mean, I'm sure maybe if I went to a manager, I could try to negotiate that, but I don't want to try to do that because that's not what I signed up for, and it would be wrong of me to do that. What I lost when I got this job transfer was I lost some free time because I was only working 4 days a week. And when I took this transfer, I knew I was signing up for 5 days a week. But what I gained was I was able to live in Florida. So I was willing to sacrifice an extra day off to live in Florida. And it's still worth it. Like if I had all 4 days a week and I still lived in New Jersey, I wouldn't be happy. So I'm a realist and I have to be fair to my company. I mean, my company has blessed me with one of my life goals to be able to work remotely. And I don't want to go to an office anymore. So for me having to work an extra day, that's the sacrifice I pay. It's a good comment though, brother, because I do think quality of life is determined by how much you work and how much time you have off. So that's a good comment, but I'm blessed. I would love to be financially independent. That's would that make me happier? I think it would make me a little bit happier because I think sometimes in life I look at the fact that I'm 38. I got to work another 30 years. And even like when I got sick, I kind of thought about that. Like, look, if I get sick for a few weeks and if I couldn't do my job, I'm right back to zero. And anything you save can be taken right back away from you. And it's just like, but again, you can't go down that dark hole because that dark hole it keeps going. Like I said, there's a dark hole in life that if you keep going towards negative thoughts, it can never end. So you have to pull yourself back and you have to be thankful. Pablo, I never thought getting old came with a mental switch also. Well, Pablo, another great comment, brother. I think as you get older, I think it's harder to stay positive. I do. I talk to my mom sometimes and I give her a lot of credit. She's very positive for her condition. And I mean, my father, the opposite. My father had more to be thankful for. My mother is younger than my father, in worse shape than my father, and probably less financially secure than my father. And she is more positive than my father. My father is in shape. That's probably everything you can want, and he's not happy. So, again, I always say, like, one of the people I admire most is my mom, but at the same time, she's not perfect either. None of us are. And it's different. It's different in admiring someone and living with someone, right? I don't know. I mean, I thought about that too. I don't know. You think about a lot of stuff when you get sick. I think that may be the good thing when you get sick. You think about the good thing when you get sick is you think about what do you want to change and what do you need to change in life to make your life happier. Some things you can change, some things you can't. And so I went through that evaluation, and that'll be on my mind for these next few weeks. Brendan, do you go to strip clubs? No, not anymore. I used to love strip clubs. I wouldn't even enjoy them anymore if I went. I'm just out of that season of life. But good question, John. To throw out some soiling food is a loss. So they push the dates as far as they can. Well, John, you're right. That's capitalism. That's corporations. They don't pay you. They pay you $10 an hour, no health benefits, and they sell you expired food. Total disaster. Jay Smith, I've bought hamburger meat with yellow tag discount at Walmart because it was old. I made it through okay, luckily. Love to you, Jay Smith. Thank you, brother. Lagnar, at Pablo, yep. Takes more time to get better. He says, I'm 53, taking me days to get better, while being 25 is just hours. I totally agree with that. When you're younger, you have a stronger body. Even if you're not as in shape. I've often shared, like, when I was 25, I mean, I could eat a bucket of fried chicken. I could be smoking cigarettes. And I could go play a full court basketball game. As I get older, can't do any of that. Apathy. Thank you, love. I appreciate that, Apathy. Thank you for the super chat. Apathy, I see you. And I appreciate you. Make my dream a reality. You make the YouTube more sustainable for me. Um, and apathy, thank you. And I appreciate it. Thank you. It's like, that's, I don't know. Thank you. I want to say so much, but I don't want to overdo it. All I can say, apathy, and everyone, thank you. Queen, I'm glad you're back. Well, I'm glad to be back. Like I said, I love doing this. I guess maybe I love doing it too because it's a part of my life that you need to connect. You need to have some relationships. But I know me, I would be worse if I had physical relationships. Meaning I'm a virtual relationship guy. This is a great virtual platform to share. We could all share and we're not under heavy commitment. Like I say, if I had to go home last night and I was sick and I had to go home to a wife and 2 dogs and a kid, I wouldn't be happy. And I'm not trying to say to other people like they should be miserable if that's what they have. Because some people, they would be miserable if they lived my life. I'm just saying for me, the best thing that makes me happy in life is having this. Just trying to stay healthy, trying to stay, being by the beach. That's what makes me happy. That's about it. So, I don't take this for granted. I thank God that I'm born in an era where this is around. I don't think I would be happy in an era where there wasn't an internet. Like it was like House on the Prairie. I think I would be miserable. I think no matter what, you get sick of life, no matter what era you're born in, technology, industrial. But I'm thankful for that. Rick, U.S. working folk are nothing more than expandable peons. I think you're right. I have no idea why people who are not rich have kids. I hear you, Rick. I can't even say that I disagree with you. Well, I know why. And actually, statistics show that people who are poorer have more kids and people who are richer have less. The reason is most people who have kids in undeveloped countries have kids to survive. Meaning in undeveloped countries where you don't have Social Security, you don't have Medicare, if you don't have someone taking care of you, you're to die, you're done. Like right now, if I get sick, and if I couldn't take care of myself, I would end up in a hospital. But for me, how I always look at that, I'd rather have a paid professional take care of me than a family member. I hate to say that, but I don't want anyone taking care of me. I'd rather die in my car by myself. That's the truth. I can lie to you. But when I spoke to my mom today, we were talking about that. She's having a tough time up there. And I told her, I said, look, Mom, when you're ready, I'll rent a place down here. We'll do whatever we got to do. She's not ready yet. She's still entangled up there with certain things. But she was just saying, Sam, I don't want to have to depend on anyone to take care of myself. Because I know what she means by that. She lives with, my sister, and they talk bad to each other. They're on top of each other. My sister got her problems. But you think about that when, you get to a certain level where you're going to need someone to take care of you. You don't want anyone to take care of you. I think that's why Robin Williams blew his brains out or hung himself, whatever he did. Now, I'm not saying that's the answer. I'm just saying that your independence is the last, once you lose your independence, I think you lose your will to live. I can lie to you. I'm not going to lie to you. I think as long as you have your independence, I think you can deal with the sickness of life. I think once you lose your independence, you don't want to live anymore. That's what I think. Now, what do you need to be independent? You need your health. You need a level of financial stability. And that's what you need. When you don't have that, I think, like I just said, Lagnar, at Queen, amen. Yep, good job, Queen. Good job. I like Queen. Stan, you are lucky to have a job. I am. You're right, brother. Thank you for the comment. I am. I thought about that today. I said, well, I'm blessed at least I have a job. I have health insurance. But I also said to myself today, man, if I got sick, if you get sick and you can't perform at your job, you can lose it. And you can lose. That's what I thought about today in life. It's like your whole life, even when you have things, you have to fight to keep things. Like, it's not like I wake up every day and it's just like, all right, it's luck. No, when I wake up at 6 a.m. and I start working, for 8 hours plus, like this, it's lucky that I have it, but it took work to build up, and it takes a lot of sacrifice to maintain. Like a lot of people that do what I do and to get where I've get, they don't want to do that. So I've got breaks along the way, but I pay a price too for my job. I don't know too many people that want to get up and do certain things. I mean, believe me, I wish I didn't have to. But I have to remember, I'm thankful. I know that no matter how simple I live, I need money. Because I know, like I say, there's two things in life that you need to be independent: your health and your financial stability. And for many people, most people, that means working until you're 67. That's the road I'm on. Again, I would love for something else to break, but I know life. I mean, I can't depend on something else. So, I mean, I look at that too, and then it can get a little depressing. What am I now? I'm 38. So I say to myself, man, I got 30 more years of this. Like, that'll make you like that one. Like it's one sense you say I'm blessed, and the other sense you say, am I really blessed? I'm going to be doing this for 30 more years. I don't know. Tom, hope you've had a good week. Overall, I'm thankful. Haven't been in the live chat for a while. That's all right. You're enjoying your break, brother, and I'm glad you're enjoying it. Tanya Z, can we get some full frontal from you, Sam? It's Friday night. Give us some magic mic action. Thank you, Tanya. I appreciate that. No, you won't. If I took off my shirt, I'm not real cut up. I'm not out of shape, but if I showed certain angles of myself, it wouldn't be that inspiring. But I'm not mad at the strip club. I mean, I watch free porn, so all I can tell you is if you're really horny, Tanya Z, try to go look at free porn and try to find a guy that looks like me, and then, you can masturbate to that. Now, that's what I do. Like when I see a girl that I'm really attracted to, at night, what I'll do is I'll go watch free porn. I'll try to find a girl that looks similar to her. And that's the truth. I could lie to you. Why am I going to lie? And so, because look, if you had a wife or if you had a husband, even if he was the exact one you wanted to look like, eventually you get sick of your husband. You get sick of your wife. And then you go home and you're still watching free porn. Like, so a lot of times people judge me for saying that, but I know most people who are married, they still watch porn. Why? Because they get sick of their spouse. That's the truth. John, I have the same dream. Work at home via YouTube or freelance. Well, that's a great dream. I mean, it'd still be work, but it would be, like I thought about that too, right? If I was doing YouTube full time, even though I wanted to do YouTube last night, I couldn't because I was so sick. But every time you don't do YouTube, even if you want to do it, you lose revenue. You lose viewership. So YouTube would still be a job. And if I got sick, nothing comes in if a video doesn't go up. Even though I want to do a video, if I can't do a video, if I'm too sick, you're always going to be at a point in life, even when you're doing something you love, you always got to show up. And if you don't show up, it could be taken away from you if you get, like if I get sick enough for a long enough period of time or something happened, you lose the whole rhythm of your YouTube channel. And, and then your YouTube channel can go down a hill, just like your business. I had a business, if you stop doing your business for a couple months and you get out of flow, you lose clientele. And then that's where my mind goes to a negative place where it's like, man, this world never stops. You have to fight every day for your entire life until you go home. This world, it's like, it's not going to like you just do one thing and like, there's all your worries gone. So that can be a little depressing. It could. Rick Rule, be a slave, living paycheck to paycheck, or be homeless. Rick Rule, to a big extent, you're right. I'm not going to lie to you. Look, you got to get on, board. And getting on board in society means you work till you're in your late 60s. or at least into your 60s. Um, and if you don't, like, believe me, at the end of the day, even though people would care, if I really became destitute, everyone's got their own burdens. See, that's what I learned in life. Like, I do believe, like, even people, everyone, I think the majority of people have empathy and but they're dealing with their own burdens. And so, like, I know people want to help, but I know that's why I'm very conscious that's why I like to live alone, because I know I don't put any other burden on any other people. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, if things really got bad for me, it's just me, and there's no burden on anyone else. Like, I don't believe that. So, like, if you get sick, and if you're living with somebody, like, that's a burden on them. And I don't want to be a burden on other people. You know, like I say, if it comes to a point for me, I'm die alone. I'll be by myself, and that's how I want to be. But you gotta make the most of each day. That's true. John, 2 long weekends, but 2 lost days of pay sucks. Well, that's true. If you don't get paid, I'm fortunate where I do get paid for that. But I've been on the other end of that. Yeah. I heard somebody today. I hear people say it when I'm in Starbucks. They say, well, I want to work the holidays. I get paid time and a half. And they're fighting to work. They want more hours because they don't want to work, but they need more hours to get more pay. I don't know, man. As I get older, like when I was younger, I had the mentality of grind, work hard, you know, and I guess maybe that helped me succeed a little bit in life because you have to do all those things. But then I say to myself, man, they get you so brainwashed to just work your life away and to watch Shark Tank, to watch like capitalism porn, and just, it's all about making money. It's all about printing money. And I don't know. I think society, the older I get, the more I look at society, I say, man, we really got it backwards. There's a lot of good in society. And I'm not for like all socialism or anything like that. I'm for a level of it, just like Social Security is socialism. But I don't know. I don't know. I mean, but I also say, look, society is better than it's ever been in many aspects. So I don't want to be negative on society. But I hear you. Queen, we are all blessed. To a big extent, that's true. Thank you, Queen. John, you're welcome. Thank you, brother. John, for the thanks. Apathy, thank you again, Apathy. I appreciate that. Apathy, you have the wisdom of a 95-year-old man, my friend. Virtual, non-confrontational hug. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. They always said that I had a old soul. Like when I would speak to people, it's just an old soul. So even though I'm 38, like I feel like I'm 95. And I don't know, I guess that maybe too, that's why mentally I feel like, you know, like I know what's ahead, right? So, like I was talking to my opinion last night, like, or this morning when I checked my comments this afternoon, and he was like, well, Sam, he goes, you know, if you eat healthy, you can add years to your life, but if I don't eat healthy, he goes, I may die early, but at least they won't get all my money in a retirement home. And that's true. Like I remember when I lost a lot of weight and started getting my health together, they said, Sam, you just added 10 years to your life. And I remember looking at them and said, like, well, I don't know if I wanted to do that. I mean, how long do you want to live? Because no matter how healthy you are, once you get into your 80s and 90s, your quality of life is not that great. I don't know. It's interesting. Thank you, Apathy. Janice, it seems like the trade-off of not having any personal relationships can be ultimate sacrifice. Just something to think about. Well, thank you, Janice. I've had personal relationships, and they're not worth it. I'd rather be alone, sick in my car, than having relationships in a house. I've had both. So I'm not saying that's the life for everyone. I ran through every scenario last night in my mind. What can make me happier in life? The only one, financially independent, would be it. But an RV, no. A relationship, no. A house, no. It wouldn't. I've had those things. But that's just my opinion. I thought about it. John, thanks again. Hopes of receiving breaks. Yes. I hope everyone in this chat room gets good fortune in their life. I don't like to see anyone suffering. Lagnar. Thank you, other people in the chat. Just burning some candles here for you. I appreciate that. Sam and other, bless you. That's one thing I will say I miss about having a house is burning a candle. I used to like doing that. Stan, homeless guy that I always give him soup were killed yesterday. Really? Wow, that's crazy. I had some soup today from Publix. I don't eat soup, but I needed something to coat my stomach. John, bed bugs and problem, no underwear too. Haha. Yeah. I mean, that's the thing. Like, you think other people staying in hotels, they ain't wearing no underwear? There's plenty of people. And you think plenty of people sleeping in those beds naked, masturbating? I don't want to stay in a hotel room. I've done that. I don't like it. I prefer to stay in my car. I ran through that scenario too last night. I said, well, will staying in a hotel room make me happier? I said, no. I'm still going to be sick. Still going to be going. I got to just stay here. Ego, you got to get it. All right. Tanya, sometimes sick doesn't pass. I agree with that. I think some people have a sickness physically and mentally that will never pass. And when I go through my periods, I totally have compassion on that. And I don't try to lie to them. I understand. All I can say is I understand. I don't have a magical answer. I understand. I'm not going to dump negativity onto them. I don't want them to dump negativity onto me. All I can say is I understand. Try to do the best you can. That's what I do. Only advice I can give is the advice I live in my own life. And the advice I live in my own life is I try to do the best I can. I show up every day. I do things I don't want to do, but I have to do. And I try to stay positive. I try to stay thankful. That's what I do, even when I'm sick. I don't give up. I don't put my upsetness on someone else. Like I could have came on sick last night and just like, I try not to be a burden to other people. So, I understand. Rick asks, how was he killed? Tanya, eventually it sticks. Stan, police killed him? Lagnar, please thumbs up or down. Well, please thumbs up the video. Thank you, brother. Rick, Stan, shit, why? Pablo, I'm terrified of ending up at a hospital. I agree with that. I've been there. I don't want to go back. Not because of being there, but the bill after. Well, that's the other part. Medical bills are the number one cause of bankruptcy in the United States of America. Canada has it right. Europe has it right. Universal basic health care, to me, is one of the few things that a society that is advanced. America's the richest country in the world. Why we don't have universal basic health care for all citizens is a disgrace. Canada has it, and they still have a good economy. They still have rich people. Europe has it. They still have rich people. You can still be rich. You can still trade stocks. You can still have corporations. You can still have a thriving upper class and have a universal. We're $21 trillion in debt. We're getting ready to build a $1 billion wall that's not going to solve immigration, but we're scared to have universal health care. Shame on everyone who wants to build a wall but not have universal health care. Total disgrace. Total disgrace. I think we need to let more people in to change our mindset. That's what I think. But I know. We worship the money dollar in America. It's true. I love America. I love America. I love America. I'm thankful for America. I'm thankful for America. But as Americans, we have an obligation to keep making society better. Just like women who stood up for women's rights, just like minorities who stood up for civil rights, and just like the future generations who are going to have to stand up for financial equality and for basic level of services. Look, I mean, you can get sick now, you can go to the hospital, and you can claim bankruptcy. Donald Trump claimed bankruptcy 6 times, but if you're a regular person, you don't want to go through all that aggravation. Now, Donald Trump, he just has a level of energy. I mean, I give him credit for 70 years old to be so fired up about building a wall and all this other stuff. Like, he's the energy guy. It's a shame he doesn't use that energy to help the common people. It's a shame, because he has what it takes. He has the intelligence and he has the energy, but he is only known privilege, and he sold his soul for the mighty dollar. That's true. In my opinion. I don't know. It's just a shame. But I'm still blessed. I know America is a blessing. But I just think I think we can do a lot better than what we do. I really do. Tanya, and then we die. Well, I understand that. Zakia, you can't sleep in a hospital. Nurses, doctors, constantly in and out. Totally agree with that. Lots of noise. Totally agree. And you're going to be waiting in the emergency room for at least a half hour, at least, or if not longer, unless you're really bleeding to death. I remember when I got sick, when I had nerve damage in my early 30s, I went to hospital. I was in so much pain, and I had chest pains. And I remember, like, if you have chest pains, they bump you up a little bit higher in the next to line. But if you're not bleeding to death, you still have to wait online. So I got bumped up a little bit because I had chest pains. But once they put an EKG on me and they said I wasn't having a heart attack, I had to go back to the line. But the first time I went there, I waited online for like an hour in one of the best hospitals in New Jersey. And I said, I had my mom take. I said, Mom, let's get the hell out of here. I don't want to wait any longer. I'd rather die. I'd rather die in my house than wait in this hospital room. That's the truth. So I went back home in pain, as much pain as I went, because I didn't want to wait in the line anymore. That's the truth. And then I was in so much pain the next day, I had to go back. And I waited online again. But it was agony. You almost wish you would die before you get seen. Now, some hospitals are better than others. But let me tell you something. The biggest wish you can have in life, in my opinion, is to pass peacefully in your sleep. That's the truth. I totally agree with that, Zakia. Thank you again, Apathy. I just want to say that. Tanya. But death is not morbid or taboo. Look, I mean, certainly when you're close to death, you don't want to die. I don't have a death wish as far as like, something, but I guess the transition you worry about, and no one knows exactly the afterlife, but, I don't know. I try not to even think about the stuff because there's nothing you can do about it. I try just to make the most of each day. But life, you can get sick of life. So I can understand why people entertain death. Not saying that I do, not saying that I'm suicidal or anything, but I understand why. I'd be disingenuous to say I don't. Stan. Kamsuik country, my friend? I don't know what that is. Lagnar, Tanya Z. We all die. Make the best of it. I agree with that. Share the most. I agree with that. Good job, Lagnar. Stan. He was outside. Okay. Apathy. Apathy. Your kindness. Thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you, Apathy. Speechless again. All I can say is thank you. I appreciate it. And I hope it comes back to you tenfold. I really do. Thank you. Stan, he was outside. Tanya. Great, will do. Rick, what do you mean? Did he resist arrest or something? Shelly, good evening, Sam. Enjoying the chat. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. I appreciate if you enjoy the things. It feels good for people to understand what you're saying. I think you feel the worst in life when you feel like no one understands. I've been there in life. That's probably, I would say, the darkest moments in life when you feel like no one understands. I think you will find that many people understand what you're saying. They understand your pain. They understand you're sick of life. They understand your struggles of life. But they can't do anything for you. As far as they can't make it better. I got to a point in my life where I realized, when you're young, you think sometimes your parents can make it better. You think your lover can make it better. But then you get old enough in life, you realize no one can really make life better. I mean, you can make life a little bit better for yourself. You do need other people to support you. Because I also got to that point in my life where I thought I didn't need anyone. But again, I can make videos if no one watched them. Would YouTube make my life better? No. So you do need people. You do need people. But like I said, for me, I need people, but I also need my space. Marin wrote last night, which I really appreciated. He said, we let Sam know that we think about him, but we give him his space. And I know through talking with Marin, I remember she told me she had a lot of time in her life where she had dealt with many people, whether it was mental issues or whatever type of counseling she did. And I remember her saying that that's one thing she learned, that, you really got to learn to give people space. Because once you realize you can't make people better, I think the best thing you can do is let them know you're there, but then give them space. Let people know you're there, but give them space. I think that's wisdom. Lagnar, X. What does the X mean, Lagnar? Tom, in answer to you asking if you should share, yes, you should. As long as you are comfortable with sharing, you should tell us whatever is going on. Well, thank you. Even if it's not uplifting and positive. Tom, thank you. That made me encouraged as soon as I read that. And that's what I'm thankful for, you guys. Look, you guys can get it. You guys get it. If, like, there's certain nights I come in here, very fun, very positive, but I got to be able to share how I want to share. And the good thing is for you, if it's not what you're feeling, you can leave the chat, because I don't want to put a burden on other people. And again, I think that's the negative about a real life relationship. Like, for me, sharing this is therapeutic. But if I came home after a long day of work and I had to share with a spouse or a lover, they may not want to hear what I have to say. They can't just leave the chat room. They can't just leave the house. There's many people watching me right now that they can't share with their spouse. So their spouse is in the other room. They're watching me on the live feed. Sharing and connecting with people that get you is hugely helpful. And that's the type of people you want in your life. That's true. Tom, these are your thoughts and feelings, so please share them all. Tom, great comments, man. Tom, man, I appreciate you. For being young, you get the mind. For being young, you get it. And I'm proud of you, brother. Stan, I guess that's communistic country. Do you understand? Oh, communistic? Yeah, I do. But for me, I mean, Social Security is socialism. So is Medicare, but I believe in that. So I don't believe in ism. A capitalism society means that everything is about profit. Do you understand that? Do you understand in a pure capitalistic society, if someone's dying on the street, but if they can't be made a profit off of, you let them die in the street? Do you understand that? A capitalist society means if there's a child abandoned in the corner, if you can't make a profit off them, you leave them in the street. Do you understand that? A capitalist society means if you're a hardworking person, you're trying, but there's no job openings for you, you starve to death. Do you understand that? You understand in a capitalist society, if it doesn't make a profit, it doesn't fucking matter. Do you understand that? I do. Rick? Stan, not really. Stan, real? John, I got sick of losing. Seeing the other person get over or take your job or be the one they keep. Happens to me often. One day, I will win before I die. John, I'm pulling for you, brother. I'm rooting for you. Good job. Antonio, I heard it's going to be warm there this week. It is. It's warming back up. So I'm going to be thankful for that. 80 degrees the next couple days. So, I mean, that makes me happier. Like I said, I made some sacrifices to move down to Florida. I made sacrifices moving in my car. I lost my relationship with my father. I uprooted my entire life from New Jersey. I separated myself from everyone I knew. Why? To be down in warmer weather. To be where it makes me a little bit happier. So for me, it's been worth it. But there's been sacrifices. That's true. Queen, take care of yourself. Amen. Thank you, Queen. Stan, you have no idea. I think I just broke it down. Rick, I have met many who have perfect lives. but they are all wealthy and want for nothing. Well, look, I think being financially independent helps. I'll never lie to you. I don't think it will cure everything, but I think it'll make it a lot better. I do. That's truth. Gerald, love you, buddy. I appreciate the love. Thank you. Thank you, Gerald. Lagnar. John, stop fighting. Organism, organism is another way. Lagnar, love you, brother. Thank you. Stan, work, procom, job, it's imagination for me. Okay. Keep it real. Hey, Sam. Hey, brother. Good to see you, man. That almost looks like the Ultimate Warrior eyes, man. I like that profile picture. Gerald, have you seen the pics of the new 2019 Renegade? No. It looks so nice. They have a different, is it a different design? I'll have to Google that as soon as I get off here. Thank you for sharing. Tara, hey, Tara. I started coming down with a light sickness today. Runny nose, etc. Went for a jog, made me feel 100% better. Amen. Good to see you, Tara. You know, when I go for a walk, it feels better, but when I get sick, like I was sick last night, I couldn't even move. I could barely go for a walk today. You know, not till about like after 5 p.m. I started to feel good today. It took every strength I had to wake up early today and punch the clock. But so, I mean, I know Tara believes in self-care. I think self-care helps. I think getting the proper sleep helps your immune system. I think eating right helps. And so, yeah, do the best you can. Ron, there is St. Nick. I got a Target gift card from Xmas, baby. I'm not mad at you. What are you going to buy? Good job, Ron. I'm happy for you. John, when you're young, the quotation marks, the end is so far you can't see it. So you live recklessly with no compass. By 50, you realize you're out of time just about. Well, it's interesting. I know people hate when I share, but the average life expectancy is 78 years old. But when I was in McDonald's today, and I just had an ice water, I didn't have any food. But the older people sitting there, like I said, it was like, are you ready for 2019? They said, when you're my age, every year is the same. And I saw the older guy, I guess his wife had died. He was all alone. And he just looked so uninspired. Barely able to get out of the seat in McDonald's, barely able to walk to his car. And he was saying to the other older people, he doesn't know how many New Year's he has left. And I mean, that's what you have to look forward to. Like Martin Lawrence said, when you get older, just push the wheelchair in front of the birds and let you watch the birds. That's all you want. Keep it real. Would love to know your opinion on flying out a car dweller who has the complete opposite attitude that you have. I don't know him. Maybe I'll check him out. What's his what's opposite? He's not sick of life. He's happy and he has a big RV and a wife and a kid. Teach their own. Like, now, Sam, you worked while being sick? Yeah. If I don't work, I mean, I could take a sick day, but I try to take a sick day so rare, that it's like, I gotta, my sickest was last night. I started to feel a little bit better this morning, but, I was behind the laptop ready to puke. Oh, that's the truth. Joseph, sunglass face emoji. Thank you. Stan, I'm hard to kill. I think I live with animals. Okay. Joseph, like almost like a sad emoji. Good to see you, brother. Pablo, lots of amazing human beings in this world. There is. Sometimes I get real negative in life, but then sometimes I realize I'm focusing on the wrong people. I did that with relationships. I said, man, everyone's a jerk, but it came to find out that I had bad friends and bad lovers. Come to find out there are a lot of good, decent people. And you'll see a lot of them even here tonight in this chat room. The problem is, no one can solve you, and no one can help you really. And you don't want to be a burden to other people. Everyone's got their own burdens. But that's just me. These are my thoughts. Rick, at John, I'm 42 and I feel like I'm out of time. Understand? Mackle J, hey, you love Cardi B. Cardi B is the new queen of rap. Like Nas says, the king of New York or the king of whatever only lasts 15 minutes. Everyone gets burnt. It's what you did with it. So in another year or so, she won't be anyone. Just like, now Nicki Minaj isn't anyone. Lil' Kim. I remember when Lil' Kim was on top of the game. I had a Lil' Kim poster in my room growing up of her stretching down with her panties on. Does anyone care about Lil' Kim anymore? Does anyone care about Foxy Brown anymore? No one cares about them. In a couple years, ain't no one gonna care about Cardi B. That's the truth. Gleno, greetings from Fort Worth, Texas. Thank you, brother. Good to see you. Alana, hey, check it in. Good to see you. Thank you, Londa. Glenn, you showed up. Thank you, brother. Yeah, last night I couldn't show up. I was sick. But I appreciate you guys rooting for me. And I appreciate you guys staying with me. I mean, that's the bad part. You think like if I miss too many lives, people start forgetting about me. Like, that's truth. Like, just like I said, like people will start forgetting about Cardi B soon. Like, if I don't show up and if I'm not, people start forgetting about me. Just human nature. Code 95. Greetings from Lakeland, Florida. Well, Coach, thank you. I appreciate that. Love and respect to my fellow Floridian. Rick, Sam, do you carry a firearm for protection? I don't want to say. I do have things to protect me. I try not to say. I do believe in self-defense, but I try not to get into that just for my own personal privacy. So sorry I can't directly answer that, but I'll just say that. Lagnar, no, he is not afraid. Tanya Z, that would be a motel, not a hotel. I stayed in both motels and hotels, so I know sometimes I may not say the pronunciation. I know the motel is like the small little one. The hotel is the big one. I stayed in both. What I can tell you is they're both a disaster. I don't like checking in and out. I don't like the sleeping in other beds people slept in. I don't like the whole thing. That's just me. I don't like a house either. So that's just me. Tanya, not. Apathy, Everclear. Yeah, that total disaster. Yeah. I mean, I don't know what I was, 19 or 21 or whatever I was. I don't remember. But it was a disaster. I felt like I was going to die then. Lagnar, Tanya Z, Motel Hotel. I just want Service X. I'm not mad at that. Stan, I like to drink. Okay. Because I stopped thinking about everything. I understand that. When I was younger, I used to be a little bit more harsh, but now I understand why people self-medicate. They don't want to think anymore. I understand that. You want to turn your brain off. You don't want to think about all the hard things about life. That's self-medication. I understand. I don't judge. Most people I know do drink. They may not be alcoholics, but they have a couple of beers at night. And so sometimes when I say I'm sick of life, and sometimes people say, well, Sam, why are you saying that? Well, I don't drink. I don't smoke. I don't do any drugs. I could do those things. Maybe I'd be a little bit happier if I had a beer 30, but I don't think so. I mean, I used to do that when I was younger. It didn't really make me happier, to be honest with you. It may numb you. And I understand sometimes you just want to be numbed, but it didn't make me happier. To be honest with you, when I would drink, sometimes it would make me sadder. Smoking would make me more paranoid. But it never really did for me. And I seen what hard drugs do to people. I never got involved with hard drugs. So I know life is just what it is. And you just make the most of it. But everyone's got to do whatever they can to cope. I understand. Tanya Z. I get buzzed to alleviate physical pain. I understand. Since doctors won't prescribe painkillers anymore. I understand. My mom went through that. Yeah, I know. Especially in New Jersey, they cut back on a lot of the painkillers. Because the government's trying to get rid of the problem. I mean, it's amazing to me. The government's saying there's a war on opioids, which I understand. To a certain degree, I understand. But then why isn't there a war on tobacco? Tobacco kills way more people than opioids. But the thing with opioids is you may steal. You may not work. See, they allow cigarettes to be legal in a capitalist society because they make money and they allow you to still function as a worker and in society. They allow you to go buy a 6-pack of beer because chances are you're not going to steal for it. You're still going to go to work and you're still going to pay your mortgage. The reason why they have a war on opioids is because you're probably not going to have a job eventually. You may steal, you may become a burden to society, and you're not going to work. But there's plenty of people that get caught in the losshairs, such as my mom, who has severe leg pain, and she's 70 years old. She worked her whole life. She just worked up to 3 months ago. But they won't subscribe to her certain pain. I mean, I understand why. They say, look, if you're in that much pain, you should get knee surgery. But she says, look, if I get knee surgery at her age and her condition, she may never recover. So I understand both sides of the fence. So I'm not going to say, but I know there's some people that have certain elements that's tough. And once you get hooked, it's hard to take people off that drug. I don't know. And then maybe I say to myself, well, maybe it's not bad to have legalized marijuana. Maybe that will help people a little bit. I don't know. So I understand what you're saying, Tanya. And I have some life experience through family members, and that's what I would share. Rob, trust me, lots of miserable people in health food store. Oh, Rob, yeah, you get it, Rob. It's true. Stan. And it's really hard to make drunk. I understand. Glenn, at Lagnar, I want room service with naked women. Well, that'll make life a little bit better until they take the bill or until they steal from you or until it becomes a disaster. But for that moment, very magical. Lagnar, Tanya, cannabis, yeah. That's the one thing. I used to be a little bit negative on legal marijuana. Even up to the other day, I posted something that I guess I could understand. Like if certain people were in pain and marijuana helped them, I can understand. I mean, same thing with beer. I know certain people getting a little buzz at night helps them not to be upset about life. For me, beer and marijuana doesn't do it for me. And I don't want to live that life. But I step out of myself and I can look at other people and say, look, that may help them. So I can understand. I'm becoming more compassionate towards that. Little Blood, hello, joining you on my break at work. Well, Little Blood, I appreciate that. Thank you, man. Thank you. Tanya, Lagnar, wine for now. I can understand that. Yeah, alcohol may help some of the pain. I understand that. Apathy. I don't care that Cardi B might be the queen of rap. Didn't get gel with the actual conversation. But I am not a young person who cares what Cardi B is doing. Yeah, everything fades. Yeah, Cardi B is a female rapper. But like I said, back in my day, Lil' Kim was like the famous female rapper. So was Foxy Brown. But no one cares about them anymore. Everything has a cycle. And then if you go years back, it was Madonna. Remember in the 80s? I still listen to Madonna once in a while. Her first couple albums were very inspiring. Madonna in the 80s, you couldn't tell people nothing. Madonna was a female hero, superstar. Not too many people checking for Madonna anymore. I looked on her Instagram the other day. She got a lot of plastic surgery, man. And I feel for her. You could tell like she's like discouraged with life because she's never going to be what she was. And I don't know. But that's life. I got to be thankful. Tanya, doctors have been nothing but pissing me off. Look, once you get caught in the whole healthcare system, it's a disaster. Certainly there's times in life where you have no choice in the matter. But my whole mindset is I want to try to avoid the healthcare system as much as possible. When I get sick, I have to be on my deathbed before I go to the doctor or hospital. That's the truth. I mean, I'd rather die in my car than die in a hospital. In one sense, I'm not saying I want to do it. I'm just saying I don't want to be around that stuff. I've been there, total disaster, in my opinion. I mean, you go to a doctor, you know, unless you're dying, one is they're not going to see you right away. And two is like you got to go through so many different tests. And it's all a money scam. It's all a protocol disaster. Total disgrace, in my opinion. Healthcare systems all run by corporations. All those corporations, it says in the bylaws of their corporation, any for-profit company, in the bylaws in a capitalistic society of a private or public company run for profit is you exist to make a profit. You exist to make money for your shareholders. You do not exist to make society healthier. You exist to make money for your shareholders. That's it. And that's where we're at in society. Lagnar, Aglano. I'm old porn star. Too funny. I ain't mad at that. Tanya, killers are for. James. Hey, James. Hey, Sam. Happy Friday. About to head out. James, I hope you have a magical Friday night. I remember when I used to get excited about Friday and like go out and party. I guess that made me happier at times. But that became a bunch of nothing too. I wouldn't even want to go out anymore. Like when I'm passing by, I see people like there's restaurants and there's bars that have outdoor eateries and they got the music on. It seems very magical. But I've been there. That doesn't do it for me either. Maybe I lived life so much, so young, that when I see that, like, it doesn't do anything for me because I know where it all leads. It all leads to nowhere. But enjoy your Friday night, brother. Lagnar, Sam, washing hands. Little kids are walking. Oh, yeah, they're walking germ. Yeah, I hate little kids. I love kids, but I hate little kids. You know what I mean? Apathy. Your comment disappeared. It must be because it said something. Let me see if anyone's blocked. Sometimes it's if there's a curse word or something in it, it'll block it. I don't see any. So let me just read it. Apathy. My comment disappeared. I didn't even swear. Sam, get some sleep tonight. Not trying to sound like your grandmother. That's all right. Apathy, thank you for the love and support tonight. I will get some sleep tonight. I mean, the good thing is I don't have to wake up early tomorrow because I don't have work. So thank you, Apathy. Tanya, we can't use profanity. You can, but it'll filter out because I keep that there because sometimes there's some negative people that come in. They say some disrespectful things, whether it's cursing or racial. And so there's a filter on your live chat that says if there's inappropriate words, do you want to be blocked until you approve it? Now, I have my laptop up on the front of my dashboard here. So if I see someone I know made a comment that they didn't say anything bad, they just cursed in it, I approve it. But if I don't catch it, it stays blocked. So it's like it's to protect the community to stay like, without being like negative community. Lagnar, at Apathy. Nope. Read your comment. I cannot reply faster. Sorry, brother. John, just retype the message. Yes. If it ever gets blocked, just retype it. Try to clean it up. Pablo, your experience have an effect on everyone watching. Unintentional, but it is a purpose that had to happen. Thank you. We all affect each other in some shape, way, or form. Well, thank you, Pablo. I appreciate that. Pablo, I appreciate your support tonight, man. It means a lot. Marion, you're welcome. Flower emoji, thank you. I think very highly of you, Marion. Thank you. James, only know you've been high when you're feeling low, Sammy. No, that's true. You go through highs and lows in life. No way around that. I pray that people have more highs than lows. I think as you get older, you have less highs. But you make the most of it. Lagnar, you can say swear, in my humble opinion, but you have to go back and ground zero. Joseph, sunglass face emoji, thank you. I'm a traveling man. I'm here just driving, wanted to say hi. Well, traveling man, your comment is appreciated, and I appreciate you leaving one. I saw a guy today living out of his minivan. He had a license plate. There's a lot. It's crowded here now. All the snowbirds are down in Florida. I don't know where he was from. There's license plates from everywhere, but it wasn't from Florida. But the biggest thing is finding where to park. But once you find where to park, I mean, if you don't have to wake up early for work, I guess you get the proper amount of sleep. See, sometimes if I park at a Walmart or if I go to a remote campground, I still got to get up early to work. So sometimes I don't get the right amount of sleep because when I'm in a new area to park, it takes me longer for my body to shut down because I'm more sensitive to the environment. So that's why I think, too, I got sick because I wasn't getting enough sleep because I was parking in new areas and I was a little bit, like, sensitive to my environment. That's true. Lagnar, I'm a travel man. Hey, welcome. Yeah, we got love. Janice, age does not make everyone softer. I agree with that. If they have been hardened all their life, I agree with that. Only a new generation can change attitudes. To some extent, Janice, I agree with that comment. Good job. Gina, hey Sam, shalom from Israel. Shalom back to you. Thank you. First thing I do when I turn on your videos is like them. Well, I appreciate everyone who clicks the thumbs up. Thank you. I watched, what is that, a turtle, a whale, and a coffee? Your opinion on the lottery? Have a great week, man. Thank you. My opinion on the lottery. I have played it in the past. I don't really play it anymore. They say it's a tax on the poor. Oh, Data Geek, thank you. They say it's a tax on the poor, but when I feel like I'm hopeless in life, like I'll play the lottery. It's hope. It's a way where you say, look, I don't have to work a job for another 30 years. I mean, I woke up today, I said, look, no matter what, I'm going to be working for another 30 years. So lottery is hope to the hopeless. But it really just is that. It's sometimes false hope because the odds of you winning the lottery are like you getting struck by lightning 2 times in the same spot. Can that happen? Yes. But are the odds are it's going to happen? No. Can you get cut from your high school basketball team and still make it to the NBA? Yes, but you're probably not. But when you need hope, you play, and I've played. So that's how I feel. Daddy Geek, man, you are so generous. Thank you, Daddy Geek. She says, go get coffee and some magical water. Rest up, my friend. I pray you feel better soon. Daddy Geek, you've been a huge supporter, and heart emoji to you. Uh, I hope good things happen for you. You've been a huge supporter, and I appreciate that. I appreciate you. I appreciate apathy. People who support the channel. It's a way to make part of my dreams come true, but I don't want to do it at the expense of hurting other people. Uh, it leaves me speechless, but I want to make sure that you know that I appreciate it, and thank you for it. Thank you for the encouragement, for the support. It means something to me. Thank you. Thank you, Daddy Geek. Lagnar. Okay, thanks, Sam. On the Instagram bell. Cool. Yeah. Yeah, it's just it's another way to be notified. Now, I try to post inspirational stuff on my Instagram too. A lot of people direct message me on there too. It's a way for private messages if they didn't want to leave it personally. Um, I enjoy to share. Um, that's why I guess I enjoy YouTube. I enjoy things like that. Um, it's always been in me. I've always been like this type of person. I find I'm better like this when I'm more alone because I have more time to collect my thoughts and analyze my thoughts. I share less when I'm with other people. But it's true. Marin, when I've been in seemingly dead-end jobs, here's my choice. I want to see what you got to say about that. I mean, that's the tough part, man. It's like, I don't know. I don't know too many people that do what they love for a living. John, I hate company hooks. Verizon is an example. Yeah, once a company gets you locked in, it's hard to get out. That's why, like, I'm so scared to get a mortgage again. I'm so scared to get any, like, even like I was thinking, like, getting an RV or getting a new car. I don't want to go back in the hook again. And it's like, you finally get to a point where you pay off a car, you pay off your thing, and you're getting ready to, try to get ahead in life and try not to be owned. And then it's like, it's almost like the cycle is now up again for you to have to get hooked right back in. And then that gets very discouraging. Like, even when I think about an RV now, like, I don't want to get hooked in for 20 years, 15-year payments. Yeah, I'll be happy for a minute, and then that'll just, like, discourage me long term. The only thing that encourages me now, to be totally honest with you, is me living financially free. That's why I refuse to acquire something that's even going to start to get me back behind the 8 ball again. I don't, because even if it would bring a little bit more comfort, it's going to cost me. And I don't know. But then I said to myself, I mean, you always spend your money somehow, but I don't know. It's interesting. Lagnar at Marin. Ooh, yeah, Marin's about to drop it. John, I need my landline phone, though I didn't use it. $60 month wasted. Well, I just saw last night there was a major telecom company that had an outage that their landlines weren't usable. Lagnar left a comment, wasn't it? CTL? So here you are, you have a landline because you want a phone, and they actually said the hardline telephones are down. You're going to have to use a cell phone. So, go figure. John, I read that. Apathy. I would hate to give people advice when I still don't feel good, just being honest. Well, I appreciate that honesty, Apathy. I appreciate that honesty. That means something to me. I mean, that's why, like, I used to kind of try to be disingenuous, because especially like in a church game or something like that, because I felt like people needed to hear the propaganda. They needed to hear, like, and they do need to hear. So I don't want to be, people do need to hear hope, and people need to hear, but I have to be true to me. And when I feel like I'm sick of life, I have to share, like, I feel like I'm sick of life. It doesn't mean tomorrow I'll feel the same way. Tomorrow I may feel like, you know what, life's not too bad. So I'm totally in tune with you. Apathy. And then the face down emoji. Apathy, I hope it gets better. But I understand. I think that's the best thing I can say to show love, is I fully understand what you're saying. I definitely feel, you're intelligent. Just keep pushing forward. Keep pushing for apathy. Do your best you can. I know. Marin. 1, stay and wait in line for somebody, or 2, start looking. There's another job that pays more. Also, never burn bridges, make others friendly no matter what in business personally had to do thing. Well, thank you, Marin. So as I reflect on it, I think about a couple things. One is there another job that'll pay more? Well, for me, I've kind of topped out. I think that's like the other part of life that could be a little bit negative. Like even Joe G was saying, he probably topped out at his job position. Every job position has a place where you kind of top out. And the more you top out, the harder it is to get more. So then you realize that, look, either you're going to do this the rest of your life or you're going to take less. And so then you get to a point like, and I don't know, I mean, even if you make more, you can hate what you're doing. Do I think the majority of people do what they love? No, I think the majority of people do what they have to do. They may not hate it. But they do what they have to do because they want a level of independence. So I don't know, but you're right. You're not wrong. You're not wrong, Marin. And then she says, also stay in line for someday. I definitely agree with don't burn bridges. I felt like I've never burned bridges. I've always tried to leave anywhere I've left on a positive note. I agree with that. Lagnar. And John, I walk to my tribe. I walk or ham radio. Just cut off the BS. I agree. John, I hear you, Lagnar. Queen, be mindful of what you eat. That's true. I mean, that's partly how I got sick. But it was a healthy piece of food. It was like vegetarian soy meat and Skinny Pop. I'm not eating Skinny Pop anymore. I'm on strike for about at least a week or maybe even forever. I chipped my tooth on Skinny Popcorn last week, and between that bad soy vegetarian meat and that Skinny Popcorn made me throw up. That and a lack of sleep is what made me sick, I think. I'm done with that. I'm done. I'm done eating heavy at night. I'm not doing that. Lagnar at Marin, cut costs by 70. Yeah, you got to cut costs, and you always have to have income. That's true. Joyrod, what's up, dog? Good to see you, Joyrod. Marin, a lot of palm trees. That made me smile. Smile with the sun. And 2 hearts. That made me smile. Thank you. Lagnar, sorry. Rob, what's up, Rob? Hey, Sam. Bring it back the tanks again. Yeah, bringing back the tanks. I had my hoodie on before I went live, but it started to heat up here. And I had my hoodie on because I was in Starbucks. But maybe that played a little bit of effect of me getting sick too. It's been cool, man. I say cool, low 70s or 60s. And then now it's going to get back to the 80s for next couple days, which that's what I need. My body, I need the 80s. I need to be hot. I need to be in a tank top. I sacrificed a lot to move to Florida, but for me, it's been all worth it. It's the one thing that keeps me happy in life. One of the things. Florida and YouTube right now are top 2 things that keep me happy in life. Queen, thinking emoji. Soup. Yeah, I had soup today. It was actually pretty good, even though I don't like to eat too much. Coffee and salad. Yeah, I may do that tomorrow again. Marin, no Lagnar, misunderstanding, laughing. Robert, Sam, just so you know, you inspired me to live out of my vehicle. I started January 1st. Thanks for the advice and encouragement. Well, I appreciate that. I appreciate anyone that I can inspire, period. When I started my YouTube channel, they asked for a description of your channel. I put one word. I put inspiration, period. Now, the name of my channel is Inspirational Nomad, but the description of my channel is inspiration, period. I try to share my life. Now, a big part of my life is living out of a vehicle because it's odd, but that's only been 2 years out of my life. For the other 30 plus years, it's been living in a house, and it's been a collective experience of different things. So I try to share all those things, good, bad, some my opinion, some fact. And I enjoy sharing and connecting with like-minded people. So thank you, Rob. Joseph, McDonald's fry emoji, pizza emoji, and a disaster. Yeah. I had many years where it was McDonald's fries and pizza. But yeah, then you realize that all that food doesn't make you happy either. I remember my mom telling me, Sam, food is the only thing that makes me happy. And I don't think I understand that when I was younger. She said, Sam, food is the only thing that makes me happy. I don't think I understood that when I was younger. I think as I get older and as I get sick of life, I think I understand why she would say food is the only thing that makes her happy. Just like some people in here said, drinking alcohol is the only thing that makes them happy, and marijuana. I'm not saying I endorse any of those things. I don't do those things, but I understand. Sometimes the best inspiration you can give to someone is to say and to mean and for them to feel you understand. That's what I think. Lagnar at Marin. Okay, sorry for my bad English. That's all right, brother. We get your heart. It's hard to follow. Respect. My apologies. It's all love, man. At Illinois, sleep emoji, exercise, and healthy food helps increase your chances of feeling well. You're right, brother. It does. It doesn't make everything better, but you are 100% right, and I agree with you. Joseph, and then gave me a bed emoji. Yeah, the back of my Jeep is my bed. It was a wild feeling last night, man. Just cuddled up in there, and I was just like, man, is life going to end for me in the back of my car? If it does, I'm fine with that. It's not a sad thing. Because for me, it'd be no difference for me ending my life as far as like my life just ending, like if I was on a queen size mattress in my house. It's just part of life. Death is part of life. Rick, Sam, what do you do on your weekends? I just walk the beach. I explore a little bit. I travel to different towns. I listen to music. I try to go to the gym in the morning. And I do YouTube. That's pretty much it. What do I look forward to the most every day, especially on the weekends? Walking the beach with no time expiration. See, when I'm working, like I have a time clock that I have to work a certain amount of time. So the biggest blessing of the weekend is I can do whatever I want for as long as I want. So what I enjoy the most is walking on the beach, walking outside, sweating in hot weather, listening to music, and doing YouTube. Those are the things I enjoy most at this time of my life. Being outside, being by the beach, and doing YouTube. Being in Florida. Lagnar, FYI, 50 minutes online. We love you, Lagnar. Out of Illinois. Too much working sucks the life out of you. I feel burnt out already. Having some money saved is more of a feeling of relief than happiness. So I agree with that. And I don't think you can ever have enough money saved. I really don't. To a certain extent. Now, I know there's some people who are millionaires. I'm not a millionaire. If you were a millionaire, then maybe, you could probably say that. But that's true. Marin, met with financial advisor today. Cutting costs without sacrificing quality of food. Well, I agree with that. Self-care. It's a challenge I can enjoy mostly. Well, Marin, keep taking care of yourself. Keep saving your money. And you're a smart woman. Just do what you need to do for you. I know you get life. And I understand. Like I think we should raise Social Security. I think Social Security minimum should be $2,000 a month for everyone. I don't know. Our society is so backwards. I love you, Marin. So I'll keep my thoughts and prayers with you. I'm with you. Stan, I would cure you with Zetox. I don't know what that means. Basic. Hey, Basic. Good to see you. Apathy, thank you again. Teal colored blue. Thank you, Apathy. Apathy, please take care of yourself. Thank you. Marin gave the thumbs up. Thank you. Thank you. Lagnar, Marin. Okay, respect here in Europe, different rules. And Queen, you're welcome. Marin, heart emoji, perfect, Lagnar. Gleno. Good night, y'all. Good night, Glenn. Good to see you, brother. And I hope you and your dogs are doing well. Peace to you, brother. Peace. Apathy. Prayer emoji. People who are grateful don't take care. People who are grateful don't take people who are grateful for granted. Well, I agree with that. Amen, Apathy. People who are grateful don't take grateful people for granted. I agree with that. The number one type of person I don't want to be around is the unthankful. I have gone out of my way to not be around the unthankful. The ungrateful person, I can't be around. I mean, you talk about bad food is harmful to you. For me, if I'm around the unthankful for too long, I'm totally sick of life. Now I can share, like, I understand the pain of life, but I always try to remain thankful. I felt like I was on my deathbed going to CVS and getting NyQuil, and I still told the lady I was thankful. I never want to be around the unthankful. Never. I understand their pain, but I know that there's people just as bad as them that at least they're thankful. But maybe it's a mental illness, maybe it's not. I don't know. But I know people who are with mental problems, they're still thankful. I don't know. I can't try to solve their problems. I don't know. But I only have to be around people that I feel I vibe with. That's how I look at it. Apathy, good night, Leno. Lagnar. Sam, people want to meet you. Is that possible? They want to touch you. Well, I appreciate that. I laugh a little bit as you say that. I'm a virtual person. I don't like to, 90% of my time I like to spend by myself. Even when I was in New Jersey and I have people I know, and I have people I know in Florida I don't see. The only thing I ask is that you understand me and that you respect and you appreciate that. Is that that's who I am. If somebody wants to be in my life, they just have to, it's no disrespect towards them. I try to treat everyone with equal respect. But all I can say for me, I'm uncomfortable. I'm good with people and I'm good socially, but I like to spend my time by myself. And that's when I was sick, I thought like, well, would having a relationship or something like that make me happier in life? No, it would make me more unhappy. The mental pressure and anxiety and stress of meeting people, it's just too much. I can do it. I just don't want to do it. And it's just not who I am. So if I'm in a truly healthy relationship, I have to be able to communicate who I am and what I want. And I don't want to say that hurtfully, but I hope that that's reciprocated, meaning that, like, I have one good friend that's still in New Jersey that he used to always invite me to parties. And I used to always tell him, look, I thank you when you invite me. It means something to me and encourages me, but I don't want to go. And he goes, Sam, I appreciate about you. And like Marin said, I always want to give you your space. You're never forced to come. I just always want you to know the invitation is out there. And when people understand me like that, those are the people that I still have in my life. I know that may not be easy to understand, but I hope people can understand it. Thank you, though. Lagnar, question more. Stan, no independence of Poland. I don't know much about Poland's society setup. I don't know much about it. Apathy. But not found, you inappropriately all. But not found, you inappropriately all. Apathy. Oops. They don't want to touch you inappropriately. Yeah, I laughed a little bit at that when he said it, but it's good to make me laugh. Now, I understand. I'm in a calm mode tonight, so I understood what he meant by that. But thank you. It did make me laugh. Look, and that's how I know I'm being sincere, because it could be a hot, beautiful woman that wants to meet me in real life. And even her, I wouldn't want to meet up with. So it's not like I'm saying that for any type of like selfish reason. You could be a gorgeous woman, that wants to meet me up and, do whatever. And I still wouldn't meet you. It's just too much. I don't want to do it. And that's how I'm being sincere. I'm just honestly communicating who I am and what I want. Marin, I never had kids. Notice some people are far better at parenting than others. I agree with that. Money had little to do with love. I think that's true too. And quality guidance. I think I agree with that as well. As long as there is food, clothing, and shelter, and all caps, patience. Marin, I think that's another excellent comment. I really do. I really do. Because I do know a couple people that have kids, and they do have more patience than others. And they really love their kids. Even my mom, like, I know it's tough for her, but she was probably a little bit more patient, definitely more patient than my father. And I don't have patience. I guess that's why I don't have kids. But I know that I don't want to put a burden on kids. Patience is a gift. I remember that scripture that says everyone's given a gift. Some people have the gift of faith. Some people have the gift of wisdom. Some people have the gift of love or whatever. And so I may have the gift of wisdom, but I don't have the gift of patience. No one gift is greater than the other. Know your gift. Use your gift. Like there's some people, they wouldn't get inspired by doing a YouTube channel. They get inspired by raising their kids. I asked one guy I knew, who I'm a friend with, he has kids. And I asked him, what are you going to do this weekend? And he said, I'm looking forward to spending time with my kids. And I honestly know he believes that. And that's his joy. So I think that's true. Apathy. Stan, huh? Lagnar, prayer emoji. Lagnar, sorry, I have to pee. I'm not mad at you. Apathy. Lagnar, no judgment here. Yes, I like that, Apathy. Good job. Apathy. Okay, Lagnar, go for it. Queen Magic. Laugh it. I love you, Queen. Excuse me, guys. I gotta blow my nose. Thank you, guys, for hanging in there with me. Thank you, Apathy. Thank you, Data Geek. Gina, do you afraid of big spiders, Sammy? I don't like big bugs, but I really don't run into them that much. You can hold a tantor, I forgot to say that, in your hand, like a big spider in your hand. Yeah, I could, but I don't want to. Like, I know there's people like that handle big sticks. I don't want to. The only thing I like to do is feed squirrels in the park. Like today, I actually petted the squirrel. I fed him a peanut and I petted his head. I enjoyed that. Lagnar, yep. Lagnar, the whole sex thingy is effed. I understand that. Ain't worth it, in my opinion. Sam, Lagnar. Sam, over an hour online. Yeah, over 2. For me, I mean, I missed last. I enjoy doing this. And being that I don't have to get up tomorrow, like I don't have to worry about not getting a proper sleep or. I mean, they always say like, how do you enjoy life? You know, do something you love to do. You'll never work a day in your life. I love this. I still have to work because, you know, this won't pay the bills. Or this won't, you know, as far as like health insurance and retirement funds, but this helps. And maybe one day it'll grow, and I appreciate those who support it. But I love doing it. And what's the top things I love to do during the day? Number 1 is go to the beach. Number 2 is to walk and listen to my music. And number 3 is do YouTube. That's how I feel. So at least I got to be thankful that I'm able to do this. And that's been a blessing to me. Yolanda, what? Is YouTube like that demanding? Again, YouTube is still a job. I enjoy the job. But if you don't do videos, you know, you don't get paid. You know, if you don't show up to work, you don't get paid. You know, so, but I enjoy showing up. Like last night, I was disappointed. I wanted to do a video. I enjoy sharing. You know, I mean, you could do a 5-minute video, and you can just do videos that are 5-10 minutes, not live, and just edit them up. And a lot of people, they do YouTube a full-time job, but they just do a couple videos, maybe once every other couple days, and they edit it, and they enjoy that. I enjoy the live. I enjoy sharing and talking. That's my gift. My gift isn't software editing and going to different spots and giving you narrative experience. So, you know, everyone has a different way to express their gift. But certainly everything is a level of a job. The thing is, what do you enjoy to do? That's the truth. Apathy, Sammy. I don't think it's about people who judge you for mentioning that you like porn. I think it's more about giving the trolls ammo to kill you with. Sometimes I want to protect your privacy for you. Thank you, Apathy. Well, that's the biggest thing I do sacrifice is my privacy. And that's my biggest risk. And I know that. But I guess I'm at a point in life where, I mean, I do everything legally. I don't hurt people. I don't mention my workplace as far as my details. I try to. So, I mean, if someone's going to hurt me, I mean, I don't know what else to do. I mean, I cannot do YouTube and have total privacy, but then I wouldn't enjoy life as much. So like I just told you, my top 3 things in life are walking the beach, walking outside, and doing YouTube. So if I don't do YouTube, or if I did YouTube and I didn't share or watch porn, I wouldn't be me. So if I'm not going to be me and I'm going to do YouTube channels, it's not going to be fun. Then I might as well not even do it. I might as well just do my job or whatever job and just not, you know. So it's like, it's a trade-off though, and it's a fair concern. It's a valid concern. I think about that. I mean, I put myself out there for the whole world to watch. And some people will never like it. Some people will thumbs down it. But I have to acknowledge that more people are connecting with it. More people are acknowledging it. More people are thumbs upping it. You can't be everything to everyone. I remember Steve Jobs was getting, he was doing an open mic, and someone had stood up at the forum and really laid into Steve Jobs and said what they didn't like about him. And Steve Jobs took it, and he just like, he put his head down, he was silent. And one is that taught me, you got to try to mature and not to blow up at people. It's not easy sometimes. But he just took it, and then what he said, after you could tell he took that sting, he said that you can't be everything to everyone. And that's the truth. You can't be everything to everyone. Mel, yes, I'm sick of life too, laughing. Yeah, I mean, look, I think it's part of reality in this world. I think you're gonna get sick of life. I think joy does come a little bit in the morning. I think things can get better and do get better, but I think things do get worse again, and they may get to a point where they get so bad they don't get better. I don't know. You just try to get through each day. When I talk to my mom or I talk to different people that I love, all we pretty much say is we're thankful for today, and we got to take life one day at a time. That's the only thing I've come up with. Joseph, prayer emoji, thank you. Apathy, because you are a good human being. Well, thank you, Apathy. I appreciate that. I'm not perfect. I'll certainly let you down. I certainly have had my moments of being flawed, just like everyone. You know, it is hard to be a sensitive person in a harsh world. So sometimes even like I know I got to put on my tough skin. You have to build up a layer of a tough exterior without allowing it to make your inner you have to build up a layer of tough skin without that allowing your inner being to be hardened. There's plenty of scripture that says don't let your heart be hardened. There's a reason that thousands of years ago in biblical times, people wrote down, don't let your heart be hardened. Because this world will harden your heart. That's true. Queen, I'm sick of life too. Join the club. I hear you. Lagnar, at Yolanda, he is freaking sick and online. That's why I shared data with Sam. Thank you. Queen, I love you, Sam. I love you too. Cat with the heart face emoji. Stan, socialism is evil, trust me. Well, I don't think Social Security is evil, trust me. Okay? I don't think Medicare is evil, trust me. I think you need balance. Okay? So, you know, if Social Security is evil, don't take it when you're Social Security. If you think capitalism is great, that everything is about a profit, then we'll go back to breadlines. When capitalism collapsed and the government had to bail it out in the 30s, we went on breadlines. And the government had to bail out corporations, and that's how we got infrastructure building. That's how we got Social Security. In 2006, when people on Wall Street were jumping off of bridges and killing themselves, the government had to bail them out, even though the Congress voted not to bail them out. They kept pushing it. Jim Cramer was pounding on the desk for the Fed to lower the interest rate. Capitalism would have died several times throughout the course of history if the government just didn't socialize their losses. We live in a society where the government socializes losses, but it privatizes profits. Shame on every scumbag that doesn't recognize that and acknowledge that. Keep masturbating to your Dow Jones average, and when it falls, you'll be like the same hypocrites begging for the government to bail you out because you sold your soul for the dollar. You teach on Sunday, you teach your kids the golden rule, and on Monday you worship gold. That's the truth. And that's my opinion. Lagnar, Queen, no mo, you are not. I love you. Apathy, me too. Much love here from Boston. Thank you, Apathy. Queen, virtual hugs. These are my favorite kind of hugs. Virtual hug emoji for everybody. Yes, including all the socialists. Lagnar, thanks, chatters. So much respect. I got love for you. Queen, thanks, Lagnar. Mtov. Arlene, turn to your left. Okay, Gilbert. Hey, Sammy. What are you talking about? I'm late to this. Well, we are talking about a variety of things, including that I got sick last night, including that you get sick of life, and what you eat. I ate some bad food from Walmart, some vegetarian meat, and I wasn't getting the proper sleep, and that made me sick. And then I just started thinking about life and how I was sick of life, and nothing can really make me happy. But you just got to push through it, and hopefully you eventually feel better. That's the summary. Queen, I saw the guy watching him too. Oh, there's somebody watching? It is what it is. Queen, you are more than welcome. Don't know, find your heart, sorry. Lagnar, heart. Gilbert, hope all's cool. Linda, freezing in desert. Might have to go to South Florida. Linda, good to see you. Hope and pray you feel better soon. Linda, thank you. Love to you. Thank you, Linda. Apathy. Serious Sam. I've only listened to two people in my life more intently. My 84-year-old Irish mom and my 100-year-old Irish grandmother. Apathy. Thank you, Apathy. Thank you for your comments, your love, support, and for your sincere appreciation. Lagnar, heart emoji, yeah. Lagnar laughing. Queen, okay, he was just standing there and staring in your car, Sam. It's crazy, man. This world's crazy. Thank you guys for giving me a heads up. Lagnar, Queen Star, Daddy Geek. Hey, Sammy. Hope you did something nice for yourself. Xmas, love and respect. Daddy Geek, I hope you're still in here. And I hope you know how much I love and appreciate you, and I respect you, and I thank you. And I hope things are going well for your mother and for your job. And I know you feel me. I know you understand what I'm saying. And love to you, Daddy Geek. Lagnar, damn it. Lagnar, heart emoji. Lagnar, Queen, heart emoji. Yeah. Lagnar, wow. Yolanda, so the wall is going up? For real or real? Even if it goes up, it doesn't solve immigration. It's just one part. You need comprehensive immigration reform. They're not talking about that. So it's just political talking points to fulfill campaign promises. Gilbert, get you some ginger boil. I had some soup and some Diet Coke today. Add lemon, that's not bad. And clove, garlic, honey. Sickness will cure any cold. I had it only when I felt, only after I threw up. The truth is, I couldn't eat anything. I couldn't even stomach the thought of eating anything. I didn't feel even decent until I threw up about 3 times. That's the truth. Apathy. We don't let people in from certain countries we have torn apart. Iraq, there were no weapons of mass destruction. Totally agree. Our government is afraid of retribution. Well, I agree. Steve Jobs' father was a Syrian refugee. We went into Iraq unjustly. We committed war crimes. I hear you. I hear you, John. Sam was sick from the food poisoning. Maybe. That's true. Lagnar at Yolanda. Will close the south border. Yeah, so I'm saying he is an asshole. That's true. But I love him. All right. From Europe. I'm not American. I hear you. Apathy. Thank you again. Apathy. My mother passed in her sleep. Well, I hate to bring up any pain. I hate to hear of people of passing, but that's the best way to go. Daddy Geek. Way to go, Apathy. Thank you both. Rick, Sam. How much do you figure you need to retire living in a car? I don't think you can have enough saved because every month I'll have to pay health insurance. I have to work until I get Medicare and Social Security. If not, I have to pay health care. I have to pay my cost of living, which is at least going to be $1,500 a month for food, for gas, for campgrounds, at least. And then healthcare is another $5,000. You at least need $2,000 a month. Living in poverty, the poverty line is $1,000 a month. If you make $1,000 a month or less, you live in poverty. So barely above poverty is 1,500. Living what they would consider a decent life is 2,000. So 2,000 times 10, that's 20, plus two more, that's 24. Let's say take 25,000 a year. So 100, 200, 300. You would need at least 500,000 in a savings account, and that's barring no emergencies. I couldn't even say that though, because then you're going to eventually need a new car. You're going to eventually have an emergency. You need a new phone. See, $2,000 a month is without needing a new phone. It's without needing a new car. It's without getting in a car accident. It's without having brakes go wrong. It's without having spark plugs that need to be replaced. It's free camping in Walmart your entire life. And if you don't work 10 years up to your Social Security age, you don't get Social Security, or you get a very reduced rate. I'm going to have to work more than likely for another 30 years. I would think the only way you could stop working is if you had $1 million in a savings account and you had some level of income, at least $1,000 a month. That's what I think. Could you do the other way? You could do the other way. Lagnar, that love. Lagnar, S. Apathy. Daddy Geek, he deserves it. I don't deserve anything. It's the grace of God, but I do appreciate you and Apathy. Apathy, I appreciate you and Daddy Geek's support. And I think you showered that as well. I took care of my mother until she passed. Well, I'll give you credit for that. I'll never forget being there for her. Sam is the real deal. Well, I think about that. I mean, the time probably is going to come for me where that happens with me and my mom. I talk to her about that daily. She's just not ready yet. I said, Mom, look, when you're ready, whatever we got to do, I'll rent a place. And even if I don't stay I'll rent some place here. She's just got too many entanglements up north with my sisters and with different things. But I know it's getting closer. So we'll see how that plays out. I think about that often. Apathy, the real deal, and so are you. Love. Apathy prayer. Thank you. Lagnar prayer. Daddy Geek at Apathy. Amen. That is so true. I take care of my mom, an autistic niece, so I definitely get it. Daddy Geek, I pray you get blessed in life, man. There's so many people out there that are, that are the unsung heroes of life. All I can say is God bless, Daddy Geek. Very proud of you. Rick, capitalism equals top 1% owns everything. To a big extent, I agree. I'm not all negative on capitalism, because capitalism has also been somewhat of a blessing. I'm just saying there needs to be a better level of balance, because statistics show the middle class has shrunk. And statistics show that capitalism is unsustainable. The government has to bail it out every 30, 40 years. So if the government is bailing out corporations, it's to bail out the people. It's to give a universal basic income and universal health care. It works in Canada and they still have rich people. It works in Europe and they still have rich people. Blanton, watching one of the older videos today, you were talking about letting things go. And that's the most powerful thing in life. And that's something I definitely need to work on. Well, Blanton, love to you, brother. You're going to be working on that your whole life, man. Because you're going to have to learn to let things go quick and constantly. It's so true. Rick, capitalism equals corporations and 1%ers have virtually infinite cash. That's true. With no trickle down to the slaves, literally. Well, look, I remember Jim Cramer talking about, like when he lost $250,000 and someone else gave him another $250,000 to play with. So look, when you're talking about like doing that type of stuff and having fun, you can't relate to the common people. It's true. Lagnar, you can stop working for them. You can't stop working. Look, yeah, you can stop. No matter how much you would want to. And I'm not saying corporations, I'm not saying capitalism is all evil. But what I'm saying is you can never get off the wheel of life. And you're only going to be able to stop when you're very old and when you have some government assurances as far as Social Security or Medicare. Unless you have, like I said, $1 million plus in a savings account. Who has that? 1% of society. Who has the 1% of society has that much in the savings account? So, I don't know. Stan, it takes a lot of time to read my comment. Half an hour. I'm sorry, man. I'm just taking my time tonight. I'm not in a rush tonight, but I apologize. But I do try to read each one. I love you, man. Rick? Yeah. At Lagnar, yeah, but then I would be on the street. Yep, yeah, Rick knows. Lagnar? Nope. You have more talents. Apathy, wow. Sam, you said that is a sick child will die without health care. Do you understand that? Said by you. Please run for office. I don't mention that you like porn. It's good to laugh. Laughter's medicine for the soul. uh, I would run for office, but you have to start now. Like, if you ran for office in 2020, you have to start now. And you got to be a level of financially independent. I mean, that's why the system is rigged. The system is not rigged to prevent a billionaire from becoming president. That's what Donald Trump said. He said the system was rigged. It's not rigged to prevent a billionaire from becoming president. It's rigged from preventing a middle class or a lower class person to becoming president. Because to run for president, you have to start 2 years prior, and you have to have enough free time where you don't have to work a full-time job. How could you be a regular working class person, work a full-time job, and run for office? You can never do that. That's how the system's rigged. Unless I was financially totally independent, or I didn't have to money, how could I run for office? How could anyone run for office? You couldn't. And that's why the system is rigged. If you look back at the history, the vast majority of presidents have been all financially in a good place. And that's where I think the problem lies. But I would think it would be something if a guy living in his car made it to the White House. I wouldn't live in the White House. I'd still live in my car. I'd have a free place to park, though. Rick, capitalism equals most efficient form of slavery devised. Well, obviously there was real slavery, so I don't want to say that. But as far as economic, I don't want to say it's the worst thing, because if there wasn't capitalism, if there wasn't printed money, the barter system is not better. Meaning that, trading goods and just living off the land is a harder life than capitalism. So I don't want to lie. Capitalism has a level of goodness. But capitalism unchecked, capitalism unregulated, capitalism unsubsidized. Capitalism is subsidized. But we're only subsidizing corporations. The oil and gas industry is subsidized. Tax incentives, permanent ones for corporations, that's subsidies. That's corporate welfare. And so, they're talking about cutting social programs, but then they add to corporate welfare. It's a total hypocrisy. Lagnar, and homework for you. Stan, I'm 71. 26 in May. I'm for 71, 26 May. I don't know what that means. Stan from Apathy. Mentioning to anyone you like porn gives them ammo to kill every inspiring, unconditional, real message you want to put out there. Well, look, if it offends someone to say I look at porn and they're not for me, and they're going to end up being for someone who commits adultery and doesn't watch porn, because I remember that happened to me in my life. I remember telling pastors that, look, I watch porn, and I wanted to tell the youth that's what I do, and they say you can't do that, it's not right. And then they got caught in adultery. And it's nothing against them. They helped me in my life. But I'm sharing with you real stuff. Everyone has sexual desires. I don't hurt anyone with my sexual desires. I don't oppress people. I do things in private. But my sexual desire is fulfilled through masturbation and sometimes watching porn. There's nothing wrong with that, in my opinion. I think America is too conservative when it comes to discussing sexuality. Queen, I'm still here. I can't believe we still got 57 people. I'm very thankful. Apathy. So sorry, Sam. I'm keeping it real. I'm not mad at you. Data Geek. Pray for you to feel better soon. Kiss and grin. Data Geek. I pray I pray your dreams come true, whatever they are. You sacrificed a lot, and you've been a blessing a lot, and I want good things to happen for you. Joseph, no one can solve my problems ever. Yeah, it's up to me. It's true. My past decisions, now I'm living with consequences. I've been there. I pray you get breaks along the way, though. I pray people help you along the way. I've been there. I needed that. So I do agree, like I've experienced in life, we make our bed, we have to lie in it. But I also pray for God's grace on you and everyone and for you to get breaks along the way because I don't like to see anyone suffering. And we all need grace. Amen. Lagnar. Sam, you are 1.5 hours online. Yeah, my thing says 2.5. I can't believe it. Please take your time out. I do have to take a hydration break. But it's a holiday weekend. I don't have to get up. It's still only 9:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We'll see how this goes. I'm thankful though. I feel good. Thank you for staying on. Joseph, I take meds or drop dead. Now look, some people have to take meds. I know plenty of people that do. So I don't know everyone's situation. Rick, Sam, how do you like your Renegade? I did a review on it. Overall, I like it. The seats are a little bit uncomfortable. That's my biggest negative. But overall, I like it. You know, when I think about getting an RV or something, I don't want more room necessarily. I would like more comfortable seats, but I don't want to get caught back up in more debt. I don't want to, I don't want to go back into that thing, man. My car is 3 years old. It's got 100-some thousand miles on it. Eventually, I will get another vehicle. I don't know what it'll be. It may be a Toyota Prius. It may be a Ford Transit Connect, or maybe an RV. I don't know. Life changes so much in a matter of a year. I don't want to say. But overall, I like my Renegade. Overall, it's been good for this season of my life. I love the specs, but some say reliability is questionable. That's fair. Would you choose a Prius over what you have? Yes. But the downside about a Prius is that it's low ground clearance. Now you have to, if you're going to do like any type of driving, if you live in the Northeast where there's snow, that's a downside. You have low ground clearance. The good thing about the Jeep Renegade is when I lived in New Jersey and was snowing, I can get around anywhere. If I go to a remote campsite, I can get around anywhere in a Jeep Renegade. So the Prius is good if you're in a moderate climate state. But if you're in a very cold weather state, I would not get a Toyota Prius. If it's going to have snow, I would not get one. My opinion. Apathy. Cardi B who? Do you remember Yo-Yo? Yeah, I remember Yo-Yo. Don't play with my Yo-Yo. She was one of my first female rappers who was badass. Yeah, I remember her. I still have a crush on Yo-Yo. She was a Project Ice Cube. Yeah, I remember her. That's good. I remember that. Yeah. Lagnar. Love you all. Thank you, Lagnar. Thanks, Sam. Love you. I appreciate that positive, man. I think you need your rest, so I will leave. Well, thank you for joining. Annie G. Hey, brother. Hope all's well. I can't stick around. I'm working nights tonight, but wanted to step in and say hi. Thumbs up to you, Annie G. Apathy. Healthcare system is rigged. I agree with that. So true, Sam. we on the same page. Tomo. Hey, Tomo. Marin. I have cannabis card. I'm not mad at that. That said, I mostly forget to use it. Every time I go to a dispensary, I meet people who are helped, friendly, and some cured. Yes, Marin, they have the cannabis card in Florida? I didn't. Is it legal in Florida? Tomo, sad. The Dustin Logan Show. Hey, how is everyone doing? Good, how are you? Don't tread. Are you going to upgrade your vehicle to a larger van? Not in the immediate future. Like a Sprinter? No, I probably would never get a Sprinter. I looked at the Dodge Travato and the Dodge Simplicity. You know, I would want to spend as least as possible. And those are the cheapest ones, and they're about 60 to 80,000. That's expensive. And I don't want to go in debt that much. So I'm not willing to get it. And to be honest with you, I mean, I really don't have a lack for room. You know, my biggest thing is parking. And if I buy an RV, it doesn't solve my parking. And that's one thing I'm still wrestling with. Like, I'm not really in the nomad life to travel around the country. But I like the flexibility of not being committed to one piece of land. So I still struggle with what my next decision is going to be, whether it's a home base, whether it's an RV, whether it's nothing. Right now, I go back to don't change anything because I don't want to make any other commitments. But it's a good question. Woohoo, Sam. There's a new challenge going around on the internet called the Bird Box Challenge. It's a disaster. It's a whole disaster. What is this world coming to? People are driving cars blindfold with GPS leading? Oh, that makes me scared, man. I don't even want to watch stuff like that. That's a horror movie, man. Oh, I just remember the times in my youth where I drove recklessly, and I thank God for his grace for me not crashing. So I don't even want to think about stuff like that. Apathy. Life is a bunch of nothing. Your quote, perfect for a t-shirt or bumper sticker. Please copyright that. Thank you, Apathy. I may do it one day. Marin. Snowbirds bring flu. Well, that may be true. Colds, etc. Worked in an ER. Marin, you got a lot of life experience. Marin, I think very highly of you, Marin. Think very highly of you. Daddy Geek, you're so sweet. And I said, go out and get coffee, some magical water. Rest up, my friend. I pray you feel better. Daddy Geek, love to you again. And it's true, you need money for everything. And it's true. I appreciate your generosity. Sailing John. Hey, Sam. Just saying hello. Forward. Sailing John, thank you for hanging in there with me, brother. I love you, man. I appreciate you. Think about you often. I was watching some of my old videos the other day. Last winter in Florida. And when I was in the ocean. And I was saying, look, there's a boat sailing, John. Love to you, brother. Apathy. Add Daddy Geek. Nice. Good work. Marin. Daddy Geek. Thumbs up. Daddy Geek. Love Apathy. Good night. Positive people, man. I appreciate that. Marin. Just subscribe to our channel, Daddy Geek. Amen. Good. Show Daddy Geek support. Daddy Geek. Thanks, Marin. But it's not active. I never did anything with my channel, but want to. Well, I want to encourage you to. Just be encouraged not to get discouraged with negativity. Because the minute you use your creativity, the minute you put yourself out there, you're going to get thumbs down, you're going to get negativity. But you're also, if you stick with it, you may get a lot more positive than you think. I did. I'll support you. I try to, if people have an active channel or whatever, I try to go and watch their videos. I try to see what's going on in their life. Marin, I watched your videos today. There was 3 videos that Marin had uploaded. It was like, what was it called? Magalicio video. And the final, there was 3 of them. And the final one, 2 of them were like a montage of things. The final one was of a dog. It's like a little puppy, I guess you had at one time. Or you still do have. So I watched. Queen, good night, Sam. Queen, I love you. I appreciate you coming in. Joseph, buy an RV, only cash. Well, you got to have a lot of money saved if you're going to do that. Because then you're going to spend about $80,000 after taxes. And then still to have cash in the bank, you gotta have a lot of money. If you're gonna buy new, I guess. But I wouldn't want to buy old. I don't want to go through the headaches. Wicker, van version of RV. If you could do a van conversion, I think that may be a good option. I still think about that. The biggest thing with a van conversion is I want to put AC in. If I could figure out a van conversion is a good option. Out of Illinois. Not all vegetarian meat is healthy. Well, I learned that lesson. You're right. It can have unhealthy adjectives. You're right. Additives, you mean. Yeah, you're right. And you say, yeah, you're right, brother. Jacqueline, try some raw garlic, ginger, elderberry syrup to help. You feel better. Very powerful plant medicine. Well, thank you. I could tell you when I was throwing up last night, I didn't want to eat anything, and I couldn't stomach anything. But now I'm feeling better, and I'm thankful for that. Apathy. Unconditional love made me happy. I experienced twice in my life. It was bliss. Thank you, Apathy. Have I ever experienced unconditional love? I would say yes. I would say twice, too. Once with my mother and once with my dog. So I want to say I'm fortunate. I know maybe many people have never even experienced it once. So I would say that's true. Marin, meditating makes me happy. That said, it took about 1+ years doing 2 times a day before it started reaping big benefits. Consistency. Yeah, that's true. Ice water. Ice Hollow. Hello. Hello, Ice Hollow. Gabriel. Hey, just start following. Well, I appreciate that, Gabriel. Love and respect, man. Illinois. Garlic and ginger are very healthy. Apathy. Hey, Gabriel. Be kind and you'll fit right in. Gabriel. Anything specific you're looking forward to 2019? Thank you, Gabriel. Yeah, I guess I'll be thinking about that. I'll probably do a live stream about 2018 year in review, 2019 goals. Last year, the biggest goal was to get a remote position and move down to Florida, which I was blessed enough to obtain. 2019, I think my biggest goal will be to grow my YouTube channel, because I think that would be towards my next dream of doing something I love, creative, and being able to be self-supporting. That and trying to, that I would say two goals, that and trying to get a situation situated with my mother, where in a healthy way, I could figure out some type of situation to get her down here in Florida, at least in the winter. So I thank you for asking that question, because it made me think and it made me articulate and it made me speak it. So that's what I would do. Marin, apathy. I'm so with you on unconditional love. What a freaking blessing. Now, I agree with that. Look, love is the greatest gift. But the problem is people will always let you down. Dogs die. Your parents die. So, but it sustains you. Love does sustain you. In your darkest moments, you think about the love. It's true. Apathy. Much love and respect to you, Daddy Geek. Yes. Thanks to you, I saw your comment late. Stan. What to be thankful for? I don't know. Well, I understand your pain, brother. I just try to say I'm thankful. I'm thankful I'm not in the hospital. I'm thankful I can use the bathroom on my own. I am thankful for a job. I'm thankful for YouTube. That's enough to keep me busy. Thankful for being in Florida. Everyone has to articulate that for themselves. Ghosty. Hey, Ghosty. Hey, Sam. Do you think a Jackery solar would run an electrical blanket? I don't know. I don't know enough about that to give you a wise comment. When I looked at solar, the only one I was looking at that I would possibly get was a Jetty solar pack. It came with the inverter, battery, and the solar. I don't know what it would run, but it's possible. Marin, I go out of my way to get away from haters. Well, that's wisdom. That's why I agree with that. I can handle the rest. Well, Marin, me and you on the same page. I do everything I can to avoid negative. I agree with that. George, hey George. Peace with you. Peace be with you, Sam. Thank you. Sam, the 11th commandment. Love yourself. I agree with that. Feel better, Sam. George, thank you. And I always remember, I'm a politician, not a singer. Apathy. Sam, please note, I'm grateful for your YouTube stream. Thank you. At this point in my life, I don't want to touch anyone. I get touched by your sincere thoughts. Always grateful. Thank you, Apathy. That matters to me. I felt that, and I appreciate that. Gabriel, is the chat really backed up or is not live anymore? I can't see what you're reading. I'm just reading comments as they go. It's live. May West. Hey, Sam. Always forward. Love to you, May. Love and respect to Brooklyn. Good to see you. It's just that sometimes it may take me a while to get to your comment, but it's live. If it's not live, when you click on the video, it won't say live. It'll say streamed 59 minutes ago or streamed a day ago. So it's live right now, depending on when you watch it, though. Stefan, I don't get sick of life. Really? I get sick of people. Well, I can understand that. People who outright lie. Well, I can understand that. Take advantage of others, etc. I understand that. Robert, what's up, Sam? I used to watch your videos every day. I used to live in a car for almost a year. Now I have a place and it's great. Well, Robert, I'm happy that you're happy. You should always evolve into what makes you happier. So if living in a house and not watching me makes you happier, you should do that. All sincerity. I want people to do whatever makes them happier as long as it's not hurting anyone. And for you to grow and change is a blessing, and I support you, and I appreciate you leaving that comment, and love to you, brother. Apathy. Gabriel, tap on top chat. Oh, okay, that's a good thing, Apathy. Thank you. I didn't know you could do that. Yolanda, he let you pet him? He did. He did. I guess because he's getting used to me. Like he was eating his little peanut, and I was petting the top of his head. If I could have got my phone out and did a camera thing, I would have did that too. But I didn't want to scare him. It was magical. It made me smile. Apathy. Congrats, Robert. Apathy. Worried about you last night. Thank you. But a big believer in space. Thank you. Yeah, Marin left that comment as well. I appreciate people reaching out to let me know that they care and they love me. And I also appreciate the space. And I remember last year when I got sick, when I was living in my car in New Jersey, I remember Trend News reaching out to me and a couple other people. But I remember Trend News saying, Sam, and that was the sickest I ever got. And I think I was off YouTube for like a week. That was long. That was my biggest stint off YouTube. And I was so like discouraged at that point. I was thinking I may not ever do YouTube again. And I remember Trend News leaving a comment saying, Sam, we care about you. Just want to make sure you're all right and you don't give up. Now, like I said, I read each comment, and sometimes those comments, they really matter to me. They really encourage me. Rob, Sam, what are dreams like? I mean, the ones you have when you sleep, and you do ever take meaning from them? That's a good question. I really don't have dreams anymore in my sleep. I really don't. I used to. I can't even say I remember the last dream I had. Like, as far as in my sleep. That's the truth. So I don't know. That's a good question. That's the truth. I know, like, in the scriptures, there's things that, like, dreams have meanings or people, but I don't know if they do. I don't know. Marin. Yeah, for the day tomorrow. A lot of magical emojis. I love that. Apathy. Ugh, okay. Share porn interest. I still think you're awesome. Thank you for loving me anyway. Please run for office. Maybe one day, that's possible. Queen. Thank you for the compliment. Queen, cat emoji, and heart emoji. Thank you, Queen. Queen, good night, everyone. Queen, sleep well. Thank you. Queen, good night, Sam. Good night to you, Queen. Apathy. My 18-year-old nephew asked me if he should go into theology. Okay. Because he loves the study of religion. I used to really enjoy that, but I don't anymore. What do you think? I think it's powerful when you bring up scripture and politics. I think there is a season of your life that you need to study spirituality and that you need to seek it. I think not just for your advancement in life, but for your wholeness. That being said, you have to be very careful not to get trapped in dogma, which is very much part of that path. Because it's just like college. You very much, or trade, or you very much need certificates, or you very much need education on something, but you can't become a scholar and never have work experience. You can't become a master of theology and never know what it means to say that life sucks and that you get sick of life. See, if you get caught into theology, you're going to be trapped to say that, oh, everything's always positive. But inside, you're repressing yourself. If you say, oh, I don't ever watch porn, but then you're going to get caught in adultery. See, what happens with many people who get caught in theology, they never say they watch free porn. They never say they're sick of life. And then so they have those feelings, but they repress them. And then they become true hypocrites. And then they question their faith, and then it's total disaster. So seek your faith, but never forget to live life, and never be ashamed to honestly express what you feel, because that is true faith. True faith is loving God enough to know that if you're being honest and sincere and you're not hurting anyone, you can share whatever you want. You can share you watch porn and read the Bible. You can share you are thankful for this life, but you still get sick of this life. That's my answer. Data Geek at Apathy. I just saw you lost your mom. My prayers to you and your family. Much love for you. Yes. Ralph, hope you have a great positive year, Ralph. I appreciate you sticking in there with me, brother. Queen, and then she gave the throw up, like almost emoji, and the sick emoji, and the blowing your nose emoji. Good emojis. Rob, imagine they took border wall money. Oh, here we go. Yep, I agree. And used it to to prosecute white collar crime. Yeah, they would never do that, but I agree with you. Which one would benefit America more? Rob, you ain't lying about that, brother. How much illegal activity you think went on with the real estate transactions? Some of our top leaders. Let me tell you, good job, Stan. But I don't even want that. All I want to say is use that money for universal health care and universal basic income. Because I'm not even about like, let's try to like make, white collar crime pay. Let's just take care of people. That's what I'm for. Stan, for 2,000, I would survive a year. Is that 2,000 or 20,000? I think that's 2,000. All right. Well, if you could live off $2,000 a year, you're living in poverty, man. Yolanda. Good night, Sam. See you tomorrow. God willing. Amen. I love you, Yolanda. Queen. Good night, everyone. Yolanda, love and respect. Queen. Good night, Sam. Good night, Queen. Queen. Good night, Yolanda. Sean Murphy Journal. You need a job skill because manual labor is a tough gig. Well, I know. I worked manual labor for about 10, 15 years. 10 years fully. And what I could tell you is, I know. I mean, I think about that now. I think like if I lost my job, I don't want to go back doing that. That was horrible. But you got to pay your dues. I know. Mary. I worked in a ditch. I worked in the winter outside. I worked in the summer outside. I worked with my hands first 10 years of my career. Mary. Sam, you are correct. Thank you. Stan, I'm living from the land. I hear you. I don't want to live like that, but I'm not mad at you. Apathy. If you want to be president, you can. Well, I appreciate the encouragement. You are the one new mode of communication. You unrigged the system, Sam. Unrigged the system? Okay, now you're encouraging me. You're giving me hope. I appreciate that. Those words of hope mean something to me. The only political job a middle-class guy will ever get is a city, like a city alderman or a city councilman or something. In most cases, you're right. You're 100% right. That's true. Stan. The sun came out. I'm going to sleep now. Stan, thank you, brother. We love you, man. Peace be with you, brother. Akadon, hello, regards from Poland. Love and respect to Poland, man. Thank you. Apathy, I think you're adorable, Samuel. Well, thank you. Don't worry, I will never stalk you. I'm a gay female. Well, love to you. Don't play with my yo-yo. I like that you brought that up. Love and respect. Thank you. Coach 9500. Sam, what is your opinion on Fort Lauderdale? I'm thinking about going there. I think Fort Lauderdale has great areas, but it's also a city. So like in any city, like in every country area, it has bad parts of Fort Lauderdale. There's some crime in some of the inner city, but the beach land is beautiful. But it does have a level of crime in the inner city. But same thing with Miami. There's beautiful parts of Miami, but in the inner city, a lot of crime. But same thing with New York. You go to Manhattan, you go to Upper East Side, beautiful parts. You go to some parts of Uptown Harlem, bad parts. So everywhere I've visited up and down the East Coast of the United States of America, every beautiful city has good parts and bad parts. So Fort Lauderdale, same thing. But for me, it's too tourism, too crowded. I suggest you go to Boca Raton. You'd have a more fun and less congestion, less problems. I recommend Boca Raton over Fort Lauderdale. Apathy. Northampton, Mass open up first. Legal, recreation's pot. Okay. Apathy. Might not be the first, but the lines are incredible. For pot, go figure. Michael, laughing. Good to laugh. Michael, no women? I just watch porn and masturbate. Arash. I had women before, so I've been through both. Believe me, I've been blessed to date some good looking women. It all ends in a disaster. Arash, and it's too much of a burden for me. Arash, Sam, you should Google this guy. I live in my van, but my other car is Ferrari 348. I'll check him out. Arash, that's one chick magnet. Daddy Geek. Hey Sam, no matter what I'm dealing with, I always remember that some have it worse than me. All right, and I am so blessed that I have you in my life. Well, it's reciprocal because you have inspired me more than you know. Well, Daddy Geek, it's reciprocal, and I appreciate that. Daddy Geek, much love and respect. It's reciprocal, and that's the type of relationships you want. Evenly yoked, like Martin said, we're here. George, don't forget no underwear in the White House. Well, I ain't definitely wearing underwear, George, and I may even sing. Don't get mad at me if I sing. Rob, true, Sam. Healthcare is most important. It is. I mean, and again, I'm not even for like healthcare, like just basic catastrophic health care. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it couldn't cause you to like not want to go to the emergency room if you really get sick, or it wouldn't cause you to go bankrupt. Um, um, I think that, look, what doctors do now is they over appointment. So if you make a doctor's appointment, even if you have health care, what you're going to do is you're going to sit in the waiting room for 45 minutes because they try to cram as many people in there to get that money. It's a capitalist society. When I had an electrical contracting business, if I told somebody I was going to be there at a certain time, I was there on time. I didn't make them wait 45 minutes. So, but the doctors abuse a capitalist society where you're sick. You're on the hook. What are you going to do? Can't have that. Sound John? Turn to the last page here in New Jersey. Sick of sorrow. I understand that. I was listening to Sade today, King of Sorrow. Sade gets me, and I get Sade. The past is over. Yes, Florida, 11 more days. Sound John? You're going to like it, brother. Get down here. Apathy. Epic stream. It's going long. It is 3 hours. This is, I think, my longest. Thanks, Sam. Awesome conversation. I'm just sharing. Thank you for listening and sharing your voice. Sound John. Talk again. Good night. Much love. Same to you. Jesus. Yo, what's up, man? Good to see you. Sonia. Boo Nut from Paris. Bonsoir. I don't know how to speak. I love you. Zeus. Fort Lauderdale. Safe as fuck. Not all areas. Not my opinion. But everyone's different. Sean Murphy. Can you miss your family and still function in life? Yes. You can. It's going to be a little bit more agony, but even when you're with your family, it's not going to be 100%. Everyone's different. Some people need more of a physical connection than others. But in my opinion, you can, but it may make you a little bit more sadder, depending on who you are. Jesus. I'd say Orlando has worse crime in Florida. It's possible. Any big city has great areas and bad areas. Whether it's Manhattan, Miami, Orlando, Fort Lauderdale. So it's all relative. Illinois. Great thumbs up. To be hanging out with you tonight. Well, Illinois, it's reciprocal, brother. Thank you. Michael, I was meaning that you never felt unconditional love from a woman. I felt love, but I don't think you ever get unconditional love from a lover. It's always conditional. Like, if you get sick, if you lose everything, they would still love you, but they would resent you a little bit in their heart. If you got sick, if you couldn't take care of yourself and you lost all your physical appearance, they would still love you, but they would resent you a little bit. That's the truth. Even your family members, even your mother, I think. Look, that's why I'd rather die alone than die losing my independence. That's the truth. The biggest thing you want in your life is your independence, because if things got bad enough for you, no one wants to be by you. That's the truth. People still love you, but everyone is carrying their own burdens in life, and they don't want more burdens. Some can handle more burdens than others, but that's my opinion. Michael? I mean, a woman, love is the best feeling if it's only for 3 years. I've been in a loving relationship, and I've been blessed to feel that, but it fades. Sean Murphy? Canada has free healthcare and legal weed. I'm at that. Hey, look, our tax money goes to a lot of other BS, like a wall and defense contracts and all that. So I'm not mad at it going to the people. Coach 9500. Thank you, Sam, for giving me that information on Fort Lauderdale. No problem. Yeah, it's just my opinion. But I appreciate that. I got to blow my nose, brother. Thank you, Coach. Nicholas. Sammy. What's good, brother? Hey, Nick. Good to see you, man. Coach, I will definitely check out Boca Raton. Yeah, that's a better area for you. As well, thanks a million, bro. Peace emoji to you. World emoji. Rick, only woman who will give you unconditional love is your mother. Rick, amen, says the Lord. Rick, love from a woman is always conditional. And it can be said, same thing with a man. I'm a fair evaluator. Same thing with a man. All right? Good job, though. Michael, that's 100% true. Sean Murphy, why would you build a wall that is a racist policy? Well, it's an uncomprehensive policy. I totally agree with that. And all it is to give red meat to fulfill a political promise. So I'm on the same page with you. Bob, hey Sam, smile. Thank you. Bob, we only live once. Thank God. Thank God, brother. That's all I can say. Apathy, I had the most amazing relationship. She adored me. but it was not unconditional. Yeah, Apathy knows. No matter how good I treated her, amen, it faded within 5 years. Apathy, that's longer than most. So blessed are you. Guys, it was a great stream, and girls. I'm so thankful for people hanging in there, whether it was for a minute or for all 3 hours. Thank you to Apathy. Thank you for Data Geek for the super chat love. I appreciate you making my dream closer to a reality. I appreciate everyone who joins. I appreciate if you like these videos to click the thumbs up button. Sean Murphy, money is a relationship, always is the case. That's true. Rick, good night, Sam. Be safe out there. Thank you for everyone for their thoughts and concern. John, I love you, man. Appreciate that. Jay Smith, continue to feel better. Thank you, Jay. And continue to be you're a smart brother, man. I pray that you always have confidence in yourself, man. Thank you, everyone. Out of Illinois, man. You're right. You're right, Al Illinois. I agree with you. Doctors, the whole disaster. Apathy, great stream. Apathy, I appreciate you. Data Geek, you're still here too. Thank you both. Thank you. Thank you. I love you guys. Peace.